Hey, today we start back with some more Danganronpa, trigger happy havoc. Hopefully we don't have another horrible another horrible time like last time, which thankfully we shouldn't because I've put a restriction on my chat now where you have to be a follower for at least one day. So that's at least something. Because unfortunately I had to put restrictions on with this damn game because people like to spoil it and like to be complete jerk-offs. It's like, all right, fine. I'll put on followers only for this game only. It was a shame. I didn't want to do that. But when you play with the hands you're dealt with, because fucking hell, I just don't want to deal with more spoilers. And unfortunately, this was the only way of doing so. I made a brief with just a minute of or not a minute, but a whole day just worth following. Let's see. Last time, last time we found out we started off chapter 3. The ordeal with this computer thing, this and that. That you were guessing your hero made. He was working on something about that AI program, yada yada. Things were getting weird. Ifumi's dead. He's dead, we found out. And then Jerk Off in the chat decided to spoil who supposedly died next chapter, which they'd spoiled the last 2 kills, so that was probably more likely true, so yes. So now, I don't remember what we're supposed to do. I think we're supposed to like go around and try to find this giant robot man because he's causing havoc and killing people, so we need to find out more about that. Which is one of the problems with doing this visual novel game is like, oh, well, you stop halfway through. Gotta remember what to do afterwards. That, and I was very tired and I was very annoyed, so, yeah. Which is unfortunate, because I do like this game. Like, the characters are interesting, everything is, neat. It's just that visual novel fans are, as we were finding out, some of the worst people with the lowest brain cells IQ points ever because they think it's cool just to spoil games for first-time players when it clearly says no spoilers. For people who like visual novels like them, they sure like to read a lot but can't read proper things when they feel like it. They got selective reading in their minds, but that's neither here nor there. I can tell there's nobody here. I still feel some kind of odd presence. Yeah, I'm sure I can feel someone's presence. Coming from over there in the back? Before we get it, run into the robot and just die. I left through the doorway, and when I did, I found another nightmare. The second nightmare of the day were waiting there to greet me. Oh, another person's dead. Cool. Okay. There, in the pool of his own blood, was Taka, dead. Alright, well. Deadly life. Yeah, that little robot there. He killed Ifumi. He was chasing him around, and then, he assaulted Celeste. Ifumi's dead, and now Taka's dead. So that's just fantastic. Ifumi's body discovered in the nurse's office. Taka's body discovered in the equipment room. I was witness to 2 nightmares, one right after another. Really great. No, they weren't nightmares. This is a harsh reality. Same old difference. I need to get this thing off my screen. I don't care what's free on Epic this week. We'll look at that later. The true nightmare is this reality. The reality I have to face every day. But still. Why is this happening? What the hell are you doing knocked down on the ground? Toko? Don't tell me. Toko too? Relax. She just passed out when she saw the blood. The blood? Oh, that's right. And Taka is, Toko has a fear of blood. Or Toko. I don't know why it's a Taka. Well, we tried everything to get her to wake up, but no luck. Just leave her be for now. It's like he said, I should just leave her alone for now. Oh, wow, cool hammer. Another hammer? Now this is Justice Hammer 4. Justice Hammer 4. It's even bigger than before. Is that suspicious individual responsible for killing Taka too?
However.
But why is it Justice Hammer 4? When I saw Jackhammer. Alright, it's Goldberg. I said Jackhammer. It was him. He did it. Case closed. Open Slammer. Huh? What do you mean? Celeste was attacked by Justice Hammer 1, and then Fumi was hit with Justice Hammer 2. But this was Justice Hammer 4. What happened to number 3?
What?
What's the matter? Well, when you mentioned Justice Hammer 3, it just reminded me. Out with it. You know something? Actually, Taka's not the only one that's been killed. Hifumi's dead too. What?
Hey!
Hifumi's been killed? Yeah.
I see.
Which is why you came to us. Which is why you came to get us. And you better go check it out. Of course, come on. So the two freaks that were freaking out over the computer are dead. Joy. So Sakura, Akuya, and I rushed to the physics lab. But as soon as we were out of the physics lab... Celeste, aren't you supposed to be waiting in the nurse's office? Something has come up. Yeah, I heard. Fumi's dead, alright? Well, that is not all. It is gone. Huh? What is gone? It has disappeared. Disappeared? Ifumi's body has disappeared. What?
What did
What are you
you
talking
say?
about? It disappeared. Don't be ridiculous.
Come on.
Are you serious?
What?
What the heck are we supposed to do? Everyone, back to the nurse's office. Back to their office we'll go. About to let down the stairs, nearly losing my balance. I reached the nurse's office, completely out of breath. Somebody must be a robot must be strong, lifting all that dead weight, literally and figuratively. I couldn't believe my eyes. Yep, Boomi's body was just right there a few minutes earlier. Yep, it was, and now it's not. It just disappeared. Me and Celeste went to the bathroom, and we were only gone for like a minute. And then when we got back, this must be work at the culprit. They have come and carried off the body, or carried the body away. They must really be enjoying this, enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all gonna die here. We're all gonna die, just like those guys died.
What did you say?
I don't believe this. I don't believe a body would just disappear.
Why?
First there are 2 murders, and now one of the bodies has been taken. This is unnatural. Hold on, what do you mean 2 murders? Taka's been killed. We found him in the equipment room.
No way!
It can't be. Taka too? It can't be. It can't be. Oh, you did that for me. Hina, calm down. We're all gonna die. All of us. They're gonna kill us all. Then who might be targeted, who might be the target be? Toko? Huh?
What?
I completely forgot. She's still unconscious in the equipment room. You left her at the scene of the crime? We didn't have a choice. She passed out, and she refused to wake up.
Huh?
So she's still unconscious?
Damn.
Wait, so you know that she was still up there and said nothing? Why? That annoying little insect clings onto me wherever I go. You'd be better off without her.
Bastard!
You bastard! Calm down. You forgot about her, didn't you? You have no right to blame me. Everyone stop fighting right now. We need to hurry back. I can't take this anymore. I don't want anyone else to die. Akuya, if something happened to Toko, I'll never forgive you. We shot out of the nurse's office and bolted up the stairs, headed back to the 3rd floor. We ran back to the equipment room at full speed. When we got there, the body's been taken. Toko and Taka's been taken. Thank God you're okay. Right away, I noticed there's something very different here. It was gone. Taka's body, which should have been right there, had disappeared.
This is...
This can't be happening. Are we hallucinating all this or something? No, it's not a hallucination. I know I saw it before, and what I'm seeing now isn't what I saw before.
Huh?
What are you saying? Taka disappeared too?
Stop talking.
Stop saying disappeared. The engine just vanished into thin air. Obviously, whoever did this had hidden the body. But why? Why would they do that? I couldn't possibly begin to imagine. Anyways, our costume suspect is clearly continuing his crime spree. We gotta hurry and catch him before he kills all of us.
Not possible.
Oh, I don't think you have to worry about that. Huh? Think about it. Who could possibly be responsible for killing and hiding these dead bodies?
Well,
When Fumi's death cry went up, everyone here was together at the 3rd floor.
it is so.
After that, we all split up into 2 groups. And now this time, we all came up here as a group from the nurse's office. In other words, the only ones who could have done something like this are Hiro and Kyoko, who are still missing. Hold on a second. Kyoko has an alibi when Celeste and Ifumi were attacked. There's no question that she was in the dining hall with us. You seem very adamant about defending her. Perhaps you are in love? That's not at all.
Fine.
Well, anyways, yes, I do accept Kyoko's alibi.
Let's see.
Which means the suspicious individual we're looking for can be no other than Hiro. Which further means there will be no more murders. The regulators are very clear about that. Oh, that's right. The rule says you can only kill a maximum of 2 people.
That's right.
As long as the rule is in place, there will not be a 3rd murder. If they were to break that rule... The hell out of here. Yeah, I'd mince you without a second thought. I'd mince you, I'd grind you, I'd turn you into paste. By the way, did you know that fish paste can also be referred to shellfish, like shrimp or crabs? Indeed.
Let's see.
So, since 2 people have been killed, there's no possibility for any more.
Perhaps.
You knew that from the beginning, didn't you, Bakuya? Which means you knew Oko was never in danger. I still meant it when I said we'd be better off without her, though.
In other words.
Anyway, with that in mind, we can now relax and search for the 2 missing bodies. The 2 missing bodies, the 2 people have been killed, and the bodies have been hidden. Only one without an alibi, and the only one that could have done it is Hiro. But, is he really the killer? What about Kyoko? If she's not involved in this case, where'd she go?
What?
Hey, Makoto, what's the matter? Oh, no, it's nothing. Whatever. We need to find these bodies. Our little narrative here can't be moved forward.
So then.
Very well, then let's split us and begin searching. But there's no need to be afraid. No more murders will take place during this case. I know that. I mean, I think I do, but if you're still nervous, I'll come with you.
Huh?
Okay, thank you. No need to thank me. Let's get it moving. You all yell out if you find anything. Makuya left the equipment room, followed by the others. I had to try to find the other 2 missing bodies. I guess that's our objective now, is find the fuck Taka and Hifumi's body have been taken. Alright. Find anything yet?
Damn.
We need to search for the bodies that have disappeared. What happens after that?
Huh?
Where could the 2 dead bodies have disappeared to? Oh, let's rattle that. Huh? The door must be locked. I'm sure that's not suspicious at all. I mean, it was open before you went to the physics room, and now it's locked, huh? Okay. Anything in the rec room here? Where the first knowledge of the attack was, because here's the Hammer 1, Celeste. Was she really attacked by this Justice Hammer 1? But what the heck is with this thing? Yep, because Celeste was in here, she wanted to play games for breakfast, and then she got attacked. She didn't die, she got a little cuts and scuffs and bruises and whatnots all over. But she didn't die, thankfully. At least not yet. Expected all this. There's nothing else we can notice here. Huh. Okay. Makoto,
Come on.
why are you just standing there? You need to go to the repository. Huh? You mean...
Indeed.
I found them. Hifumi and Taka's body have been both hidden in the repository.
Goodbye.
I already told Hina and Sakura. We'll go on ahead. The bodies were in the repository. Guess we're going to the repository then. Yeah, I already the repository. Was that on the 4th floor? Or is there's some stuff in the... Okay, it was back here. I was about to say, wait. The door that was locked, they mean... Are the bodies here somewhere? Yes, they're hidden here. Up ahead is the repository. The doorknob turned. I guess it's unlocked. I have no choice but to go inside. So I opened the door, and when I entered, I saw... They were dragged in here. Two bodies that had disappeared were right there. The smell of blood made me gag. What I saw before my eyes was unquestionable, unavoidable, unwavering reality. And then I heard the announcement for the second time. Oh, don't put it back on my screen.
A body has been discovered. After a certain amount of time, which you may use however you like, the class trial will begin.
Oh, I don't want to hear from you. And so here we are. Without further ado, I will give you the next Monokuma file. I was gonna hand them out when you found the bodies the first time, but I thought something might happen. Oh, so you knew about this, huh? It was really hard to resist, but turns out I was right.
Stop talking.
Just hand it over already.
Punishment is
Now,
waiting for
make
you.
sure you investigate all your mental might and prepare for the class trial.
See ya.
Okay, see you later. Well then, now that we found the bodies, all that's left to do is uncover the culprit.
What the heck?
Hold on. How can you be so calm? I mean, they're dead, you know?
That's terrible.
Dead. Gone forever. They're never coming back. Awful. You're just all too awful. Hina suddenly burst into tears. She clutched at Hifumi's lifeless body. Who would do this?
Do this?
Oh, well, I guess they're gonna voice act for me.
Why?
Large, wet tears fell from her eyes. The tears landed on Hifumi's cheek. If this was some world of make-believe, that might have been when Hifumi opened his eyes. But this wasn't a movie. The fuck? Oh, well, never mind. This wasn't.
He's alive again? Where am I? Cold. So cold. Is winter coming?
Yeah, unfortunately, no.
Hifumi!
Listen, you were supposed to be dead.
Huh?
Yeah, that's what I thought too, Emil.
That's right. I remember now. Hope's Peak.
The tear reviving thing. Yeah, it's a lot of anime tropes, unfortunately.
You gotta wake up! I remember everything before I met you all. I met you all.
Man. Memories are all blending together. He has nothing useful to offer us.
The light.
Why was that one not voice acted? The hell?
It's reaching out to me. Like the tail of a comet.
Hey, Ifumi! Who was it? Who attacked you? Who tried to kill you?
Who killed me? That's right. I remember.
He's gonna die before. He's probably gonna die before
Her
telling
name.
us.
Yasuhiro.
His eyes closed, and they never opened again. Death for the second time. Absolute, undeniable death. Well, well, there you go, Emil. Also, yeah, our friend Taka here kind of died too. So that was something. No matter how many more of Hina's tears splashed on his face, there was no second miracle. Reality set in again. This isn't some kind of stereotypical fantasy world. Tears can't restore a person's vitality.
Honestly.
Well, you have no tears, do you? No blood in your veins? No calcium in your bones? At least you have your meat.
Stop talking.
You're just angry. Yeah, going out of his way to return just to leave us with those uncertain, necessary dying words. Now this game has become exceedingly boring. He said Yoshihiro, right?
Then perhaps...
Yoshihiro Hakagura is the only person that he could have been referring to.
So, in other words,
And with that, the case is solved. Assaulting people, even trying to kill Taka and Ifumi, and then going so far to hide their bodies. A criminal that hides their face behind a mask uses a bunch of giant wooden hammers. Is that what Hero is?
What is this?
If it's true, I can't forgive him. No way I can ever forgive him. To kill two of our friends?
that's fine.
Anyways, it's about time we track down the culprit in our little life or death game here. Good. That was an emotional roller coaster for you, wasn't it, Emil? The only ups and downs you got from this entire game, and that you'll only ever get from this entire series to begin with. Although this time it's not at all that life or death. The trial will conclude without much trouble.
Indeed.
Yes, it does look that way. It's going to begin again. I have to go through this one more time. I'm going through this several times, actually. I have to accept it. I have no choice but to go through with this and make sure everyone survives. I just have to do it. Investigation. First, I better check out the Monokuma file. The victims were Hifumi Yamada and Kiyotaka Ishimaru. The cause of death for each was a blow to the head. It is thought that they were both killed with a similar weapon. That's it.
Very strange.
Yeah, it's pretty strange. We got way less information than this time before. That is no problem. After all, the events of this case unfolded before our very eyes. We should know more about what happened in the Monokuma file could anyway. Maybe.
Well,
there is something else that's bothering me. Someone else has been missing for quite a while. Are you talking about Kyoko?
perhaps.
Without a doubt. She has an alibi for when Celeste and Ifumi were attacked. What if the killer wasn't acting alone? What if they had an accomplice? An accomplice? An accomplice? What are you doing here?
Monokuma!
Don't be so rude. I'm here to answer your questions. What question?
Yep.
You're talking about accomplices, right? I'm pretty sure I explained it before, didn't I? During the first class trial?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
What is this fucking music? Oh,
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
In other words,
so basically, you can be an accomplice if you want, but there's just no gratification in it.
So then...
So you're saying nobody worked together this time either?
hey!
Sorry, can't answer that. It would have struck from the free exchange of information between you guys. I just want to make sure you don't forget. No matter how much you might assist a murder, only one blackened can graduate, and accomplishment gets nothing.
So in other words,
Then we gotta figure out who the one blackened is that did the killing, right? Just like normal.
Well,
Okay, let me take this opportunity to clarify the whole shebang. In this class trial, what we need to determine is the one true blackened who devised the murder plot and put it into action. A true blackened, so just one person?
well now.
That's enough for explain for ya. Now, it's down to the final battle between all of you and the blackened. Good luck to all the contestants. Oy. So there can only be one blackened. An accomplice wouldn't benefit. Then I can't see why Kyoko could be connected to this case after all. You may be right. So if that's true, then Kyoko, where are you?
However...
As long as she's not connected to the case, it doesn't matter. Let's go back to the investigation.
Indeed.
I have absolutely no doubt that Hiro is responsible, but for the time being, I suppose it can't hurt to pursue further information.
So,
You know, don't you think you should consider someone a suspect just in case? I'm talking about the murderous fiend, Genocide Jack.
what?
What? I'm offended. Ew. When did you? I've been looking all over for you, Master. When I woke up, you were nowhere to be found. Anyway, you there, milk sack swimmer girl.
Huh?
Milk sack?
You gotta be
Why do I gotta be a suspect?
What the heck?
Well, I mean, you are a serial killer.
What?
So what? I'm just a special suspect every time. I have an alibi, you know. She's right about that. When we heard Ifumi scream, she was with me. When the body disappeared, she was lying unconscious in the equipment room. Plus, Taka's body aside, I couldn't imagine any way she'd be able to move Ifumi's body.
Yep.
Besides, I calculate every move I make. I'm not gonna kill someone without where everyone knows what it'll look like. They don't call me the murderous fiend for nothing.
Same.
That's not the kind of thing you should be bragging about.
Let's see.
On the other topic, we should probably post guard to their bodies like before. We can have them disappearing again.
So then...
Hina and I can handle that. You don't mind, do you, Hina? Sure, I'd totally be useless in the investigation anyways.
it's all clear now.
And that's it. Let's begin. This whole thing is so strange. One of us has an alibi, so figuring out who did it should be obvious, right? But maybe it's just me, but I don't think it's going to be as straightforward as it seems. Add here to the bulletins. There's hammers in all different sizes hanging on the wall, although some are more like mallets. Mallets? Justice hammers have been designed using these as models. Either way, the hammers have always been used a lot, all covered in debris and chalky stone powder. Wait. For some reason, one hammer isn't dirty at all. It's wet. Did someone wash it recently? A spotless hammer's been added. Anyways, how's everyone doing today in chat? So, I actually have time to sit there and actually just answer something. Hey, Makoto, I've been thinking about something. It's about the repository. Huh? What is it? After Fumi and Taka's body disappeared, we split up looking around, right? I was really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together. We came right to the depository, you know, look around. When we got here, the repository was locked. We couldn't get inside. It was locked. Yeah, we came here as soon as the search started, so we had no way someone could have beat us to here. So if that's true, then so who locked it? And why is it unlocked now? Well, one of the same thing. The door was locked and the search of the bodies began, but now it's wide open. Might be some sort of secret lurking around here. I'll probably have to leave this area to figure out. There's something to keep in mind. There are many aspects to the incident this time. Too many, to be honest. Considering that, it may be a good to look back on everything that happened.
So then...
Would you like me to help? Yes. Yes, let's look back on things. This morning, only 4 of us met at the dining hall. Hina, Kyoko, you, and myself. We waited for others, but no one showed up, so we decided to go look for them. It was around 8 o'clock when our search began. As soon as we split up, Kyoko disappeared. After that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room on the 3rd floor, and then quickly came and got you and me. According to Celeste, she was attacked by a suspicious individual and laid unconscious for about an hour. So in other words, she was attacked for an hour before we found her, meaning just after 7 o'clock. Based on the picture Celeste took, we discovered her attacker was dressed in a strange costume. It was Robo Justice. It also became clear that this Robot Justice had dragged Hifumi away. After meeting with Toko and Bakuya, we began searching through the costumed assailant. We found an injured Hifumi in the library on the 2nd floor. We took him down to the nurse's office on the 1st floor, then resumed our search. Not long after leaving the nurse's office. What's wrong? I saw a shadow, someone moving at the top of the stairs. Based on Celeste's claim, she went back up to the 2nd floor. We split up and began the search. Then right after that, Celeste screamed. She apparently had seen the suspect on the 3rd floor. Hearing her scream, we quickly made our way to the 3rd floor. Celeste, what's wrong? That was a rather intense scream for someone like you. I saw him, the strange costume man. He ran off as soon as I screamed. I was blocking the stairs, so he headed further down the hallway and then disappeared. And then... Huh? What was that? That came from downstairs. It must have been... Ifumi, he's in the nurse's office. This is bad. Come on, we gotta go back. At that point, we decided to split up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office. Meanwhile, Yu, Bakuya, and Toko pursued the suspect on the 3rd floor. And then when we got back to the nurse's office, we found Ifumi's corpse. Which is also when we heard the body discovery announcement play. I left Celeste and Hina alone and headed back to the 3rd floor to tell others what happened.
However...
But at the same time, we discovered Taka's body in the equipment room, which means Hifumi and Taka's bodies were discovered right around the same time. Because I remember hearing the body's discovery announcement play right after finding Taka's. And that's when I showed up to tell you and Bakuya and that Hifumi's been killed, right? Then you, me, and Bakuya all headed to the nurse's office, even behind Toko, who had fainted. But as soon as we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who had just arrived to tell us something very unusual. Hifumi's body disappeared. We hurried back to the nurse's office to discover that his corpse was, in fact, gone. And we remember we had abandoned unconscious Toko in the room, and then ran back to the equipment room. This cannot be happening. Were they hallucinating all this or something? This time, Taka's body's been disappeared. From there, we began our search for both of the missing bodies, and after some time, Celeste told us she found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository. And then we rediscovered the 2 bodies that had apparently vanished. And that brings us here now.
However...
Looking back, things have certainly been very active. If you want to look back at the case again, just let me know. I'm fine anytime. The only thing though that, obviously it's like, oh, Hero did it, but I'm keeping my suspicions on Celeste. Just for now. Taka, he'll never move again. According to the Monkuma file, Taka died from a blow to the head. Found the Justice Hammer 4 on his body in the equipment room. So is that what we used to kill him? A tarp laid out under his body. The killer just use this to move Taka's body. That way there wouldn't be any blood left behind while the body was moved. Blue tarp has been added to your truth bulletins. It is fair. Akuya, do you think Hiro really did it? I don't see how anyone could think otherwise. When the attacks and murders disappearance all happened, every one of us had an alibi. And the last thing Ifumi said when he was died, yeah, he said Hiro's name.
In other words,
Then there is no room for suspect on anyone else. Okay, but if he did do it, why wouldn't he hide his identity with that weird costume? Maybe he thought no matter what happened, he'd be safe as long as his face was covered. Because he's the fool of the century, see? He is kind of dumb. So you think that's enough to explain it? Hey, there's a clue hiding there somewhere.
What?
And that's it? That just bothers you, isn't it, about the case? Well, no, there's a few other things. Like, why did the killer try to hide the bodies? And they probably figured if we couldn't find the bodies, we couldn't complete our investigation. But if that's the case, we found the bodies pretty easily, didn't we? Again, it comes back to the fact that the culprit was a moron. They're all really... Well, yeah. Fuck. Is that really all there is to it? The other thing that bothers me is, why bother killing 2 people?
what?
What? Because all the rule says if you kill someone and get away with it, you graduate, right? So if you're the killer, if you're the killer, your number one priority is not getting caught. But killing 2 people means more clues, more chances that you'll get found out.
See.
Hold on. Perhaps. I see. So that's what that means. Is everything okay?
That's enough.
Don't talk to me as if we're friends. Huh? What's with the attitude? But you have my appreciation.
Goodbye.
Thanks to you, I might have some fun with this after all. Some serious words hung in the air as he left the repository. He talked as if he'd figure something out, but if he did, it would have killed him to tell me. It wouldn't killed him to tell me what it was. This whole situation really does bother me. After Ifumi and Taka's bodies have been discovered, we split up to look after them, right? They're really scared, so me and Sakura stuck together. And we came to the repository too, you know, looked around when we got there. We thought, okay, I was like, I'm pretty sure didn't I read this? Yeah, it's a hammer. I was thinking it's like something over here. Oh, what the hell is this? Dolly, doesn't seem like it has a handle. I was in that room before, so I guess it's used to move statues around. Kind of awkward, so you bend down and it's not too hard to use. But wait. That wasn't in the equipment room when we found Taka's body. And look at the wheel. The blood stain on it. There was blood on the wheel from the dolly that was moved from the equipment room to the repository. What was the explanation for that? That's true. I was like, that is an interesting thing. The only other thing is the cameras. There's only one way in and out of this room through the door that Hina said was locked before. There's definitely a lock on the door, but it'll only be locked from the inside of the repository. I don't see any way to lock it from the art room. The door can only be locked from the inside of the repository. It makes me wonder. Hina and Sakura confirmed the door was locked after we started looking at our missing bodies. The door was designed that it can only be locked from inside the repository. In other words, when Hina checked it, someone had already gone in the repository and locked the door. When they were done, they unlocked it and left, which is why it's unlocked now. Hina claims that there's no way somebody could have beaten them to the repository. So that's certain someone. Let me look around a little bit more. What the hell are you talking about? And this camera, yeah. Fumi's big cold body laying on the floor. He really is a big body. I mean, how on earth could the killer be able to move someone so big? From the nurse's office, he was discovered from here to the repository, all the way from the first floor to the third floor, and without anyone noticing it? How the hell? It's no good. I just don't get it. Could think about it later, but for now I have to finish investigating Fumi myself. If I remember correctly, Fumi's fatal injury was a blow to the head. Apparently from Justice Hammer 3, which was lying on the floor in the nurse's office. Wait. Something's off about his body. Why am I getting this feeling? Something's different. What was different about Hifumi's body in the nurse's office versus how his body is now? That's it, his glasses. When his body was in the nurse's office, his glasses were covered in blood. And now they're completely clean. Does that mean somebody wiped his glasses? Who would do that? Why? There's got to be a clue around here somewhere. Maybe I should check somewhere else. There's some places I already know about. First, Nerf's office, where Fumi's was found, and the equipment room where Taka was found. Interesting, interesting, interesting. So I guess we'll go over here then. Of course, we gotta go to the nurse's office. Well, we need to go to the physics room in the back, where Taka's body was. Okay. Hi, Genocide Jack, or Genocide Jill. I was sleeping right here when the killers carried the body. I'm super pissed I missed the ultimately rare event. Yeah, I bet you are. There's some kind of mark, some kind of tire mark going through the pool of blood in the middle of the room. That reminds me about the dolly in the repository. There's blood on the tire. Could that blood have come from here? Which could mean that Taka's body was moved from the equipment room to the repository room using the dolly. But both rooms are on the 3rd floor, so it should probably have been possible. Room bloodstain. But even if the dolly was used to move Taka's body, what about Fumi? Fumi's body was in the nurse's office on the 1st floor. Even with the dolly, there's no way to get it up to the 3rd floor. That's still a total mystery. This tarp. I feel like I've seen it somewhere before, and just recently too. Yes, you did. Justice Hammer 4, the weapon that was used to kill Taka. The body was moved, but the murder weapon was just left here. Just double check and make sure everything's all important. Yeah, that's what I figured. Okay. Time to leave. I guess we gotta go to 1st floor, to all the way down to the nurse's office and figure something out. I mean, it only makes sense to go down here because that's literally where the body was originally. It's in this room right over here. The room that's supposed to help heal you was where you end up getting this fucking skull crushed in. What are you investigating, Celeste? I'm not investigating anything particularly speaking. I'm simply going around to see if Hero might be hiding somewhere. What about you? Oh, you know, I'm just checking this and that. The main thing in my mind is how someone could have moved Hifumi's body.
Let's see.
How Hifumi was moved, eh? When it disappeared, it was supposed to be in the nurse's office, right?
Yes, indeed.
Correct. Hina was not feeling well, so I stayed behind to look after her. She seemed to be getting worse, so I took her to the bathroom. And when you got back, the body was gone. We could not have gone for more than a minute or two, though. Yeah, Hina said something the same. So then the killer was able to move Hifumi's body in that short amount of time.
Indeed.
It would seem so. Carry off something as big as Hifumi in only a couple minutes is, I can't think of anything less than impossible. Celeste account's been added to the truth. The hell is this? Normal trash can. Wait, there's something inside. It's a small handkerchief. It's glasses cleaning cloth. It's got some kind of cartoon character on it. But it's also covered in blood.
Oh.
Huh, did you find something? Yeah, there's a cleaning cloth in the trash can.
Huh?
A cleaning cloth? It's all bloody. Whoever this belonged to must have wiped some blood. But we need to do something like that. I haven't the slightest idea. Yeah, me either. I think it might be important. And glasses cleaning cloth. I'm pretty sure that was used to clean the glasses of Hifumi. Pretty sure. I wonder if there's anything to drink inside. After everything I've been through, I'm totally parched. Maybe a quick peek. There's a bunch of blood packets here for blood transfusions, I guess. Doesn't help me though. I'm not a vampire. That you know of. And then, yeah, the Justice Hammer 3. One of these killed Hifumi. Someone moved the body and left the weapon behind. Yeah, sorry, they did. Yes, leave the area. So this is where you were. I've been looking for you. You have? I want to thank you for what you did. Not that you meant to, but you ended up making this little game and are very interesting instead. You should go to Hero's room. Oh, let me give you this. Meet me in the dining hall. This is a note Hero wrote for all. This is the note Hero wrote to get us all to meet up, right? You remember well. Well, the penmanship was pretty remarkable, so it left an impression.
It's all clear now.
Anyways, that just makes it clear, right? This is a trap. What is? Things are even more exciting. What are you talking about? I already paid my debt. I don't owe you any more explanation. Goodbye. Gosh, Hero's message of me is in dining hall. Like I said, I'll go to Hero's room, but I clicked the wrong button. So I just go to Hero's room, but what's waiting for me there? I guess we'll find out what he's going to be hiding in this godforsaken place. That's the last. Okay, it's over here. Kura, Leon, Yashihiro. The door is unlocked. I guess I can go inside. But Koya said go look. It might not be a great idea, but I'm going to take the plunge. This is Hero's room. There's all kind of weird stuff in here. Where do you even get all it from? Why is that camera freaking out on the left-hand side? It's glitching out. I don't like it. More importantly, he still hasn't turned up. I know why this camera's fucked up. It's like glitching out. He just did it again. Which means he can't really complain if I don't get his permission to search his room, right? Normal bed, pretty much just like the one in my room. These boxes, though. I think there's something in this cardboard box. It's blueprints for something, and something made out of looks like cardboard, plastic, and plaster. Is this Robot Justice? And it's in Hero's room? But wait. These blueprints. Something about them bothers me. Robot Justice blueprint's been added. Interesting. Silently check the bathroom. Nothing in here. Pretty grungy though. How does the bathroom even get this dirty? People don't clean it. As simple as that. Okay, yeah, that's not even connected. Okay. Yeah, leave the area. You figured out something. That's interesting. Makoto, big news, big news. Oh, what's wrong? We found Kyoko. What? Is she okay? Where is she? Wait, I wasn't done. There's more big news.
Just a second.
Robo Justice showed up too. Robo Justice? It's Hero wearing the costume.
Okay.
Anyways, as soon as you can, head to the pool on the second floor. I think Hero and Kyoko might would turn up at the same time. Anyways, I gotta head to the pool. I ran off to the second floor as soon as fast as I could. Lightning speed. Yeah, look over there. Kyoko and... Phew, man, I had the worst day. Hero? You. Hero. Yeah, who else would it be? That's a good question. Why do you look like this? Why did someone come along remodel? Why did someone come along and remodel me while I was sleeping? Was the Illuminati? No, I'm trying to talk to people. Robo Justice finally made his appearance, huh? I guess Kyoko's the one that found him.
Right.
I found Hero. He was jammed in the pool room locker. It looked like he was fast asleep, so I kicked him and woke him up.
Don't be mean.
I still can't believe he kicked me. It could have been a little bit more gentle, like, I don't know, caress my face or something. That's creepy. Anyways, Kyoko, where have you been this time? You just disappeared all of a sudden without a trace.
Well,
There's something I had to check on. What do you mean? Never mind. I can't never mind.
nothing.
Never mind.
Hey,
More importantly, she says that, but does she really have any idea? Does she know that people might have been spying for the mastermind? First of all, Hiro, can you explain to us why you're dressed like that?
I mean,
Oh, hey, I have no idea. 1 second I was asleep, I didn't even know that happened. I woke up and there I was here. I don't care. Do something about that costume. It pains me to look at you like that. Well, I don't know what's up with this thing. I can't actually get it off. A little help? Why would you make something like that you can take off by yourself? I didn't mean that freaking stupid thing.
it would seem.
That's that. There's a clasp on the back that's keeping a clasp, like a little clip or something, keeping you from getting it off. It's pretty sturdy, and I don't think you can get it off on your own. I don't really think I have a choice. Let's help him. It took everything help, but slowly we were able to get Hiro out of the suit. It took a few minutes, but eventually we got all our pieces off. Whoa, free at last. Is it kind of weird how perfectly the suit fits Hiro?
So then.
More to the point, nobody but Hiro was able to wear the costume. Wait, hold on a second.
Honestly,
Don't bother. That doesn't act. The blueprints are in your room as well.
is that okay?
In other words, it's obvious to everyone that you made this costume. That's true. I saw the blueprints myself. Yeah, me too.
Could it be?
And it's obvious. The one who put the costume on and went around attacking everyone
Terrible.
was Hiro. Shall we tie him up and gag him?
Just the worst.
Good idea. We don't want him killing anyone else. To tie me up? Oh, hold on, guys. I don't think it's a little too far.
That's right.
Maybe a suspect. It deserves fair treatment. Yeah, I mean, attacking blueprints. I have no idea what you guys are talking about. You can't talk your way out of this. It's been decided. You killed them. What killed you? I have no idea what you're talking about. This must be some fake hero running around. You're the only one who can wear this costume. You're the only one who could possibly be the costume attacker. How do you know I'm the only one? Maybe you should try it on yourself, see if you be convinced. Fine, if you're gonna be a jerk about it, I will. Without missing a bit. Shouldn't they say missing a beat? He just started to put on the robot justice costume.
Huh. See? Look. See how loose it is? I mean, come on. I'm blind as a bat in here. Can't see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing.
I'm telling you, it wasn't me.
And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like a pretty obvious oversight.
That's not a very nice thing to say. I mean, it's not like I made it. I just got caught up in the moment.
Well, either way, now we know for sure, right? I mean, it seems pretty clear that nobody but Hiro could have fit into this dumb costume.
Ha. In a huff, Hina took the suit back off again.
Ah.
Well, now you're all out of excuses. No, Z, it's because you're a girl, and if another guy, then... Makoto, go ahead. Okay. It's my will. I picked up the piece off the floor and tried putting it on myself. It's no good. My arms are too long. There's no way I could wear this.
Just a second.
See? I told you it was impossible. You're absolutely right. It seems that this costume is made to fit Hiro's body exactly. Then there's another costume. There must be the one that looks the same, but it fits them.
Honestly.
If you insist on that line of defense, then show us some evidence. Evidence? You claim that there's another suit, yes, then you must find it and show it to us. What the heck?
Just the worst.
Who cares? Here's the only one without an alibi during this whole thing, anyways.
That's terrible.
Which is how we know it was him. I mean, is that really true? I had no idea what's happening. But could someone tell me? Oh, just costumes were added. Alright, Celeste. I certainly did not expect Hiro and Kyoko to turn up at the same time. Where has Kyoko been hiding all this time? I have no idea.
Then
Perhaps she's really working for the mastermind. What else would explain her questionable behavior? But you are quite protective of her, yes? It's because she's helped me out so much up until now. And if I were the mastermind, that's exactly what I would do to earn your trust. What do you guys say about this? Looking like more and more there really was a setup. She looks like she's lost in thought. I don't think she's in the mood to talk, so I better leave her alone.
What the heck?
If you don't tell me what's going on, how am I supposed to understand? I think I figured it out. Someone's been killed, right? Hey, Makoto, who was it? Well, 2 people were killed, Taka and Ifumi. What? 2 people? Why are you freaking out? You did it. I did not. Wait, hold on. Those two are the ones that were killed.
How about that?
That's it. I know who did it. You may as well tell us then. Taka and Fumi were fighting over Alter Ego, right?
I'm at least 30%.
It means Alter Ego or Chihiro must have done it. Good.
Correct.
I see. That's unfortunate. What? Unfortunate? Yeah, stop trying to trick us. Just admit that you did it, okay? I'm telling you guys, you got it all wrong. I know. That note. Note? Last night, someone slipped a weird note under my door. And here's what it said. I found a hole. Maybe we can use it to escape. Monokuma can't find it, so don't tell anyone else for now. And let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m. The last thing I remember, I was going to the rec room, and then for some reason I fell asleep. The real kid probably drugged me or something. Not a chance.
So...
No, hold on. He could be onto something. Nurse's office did have chemicals that could do that. What? Really? I told you, someone's trying to set me up. A secret passage, a chance to escape. Someone wrote all that to trick me. Even if that's true, you must be one dumb fish to bite on every piece of bait that floats around in front of you. Well, after being trapped here for so long, even if you know it's a lie, you still gotta check, right? Yeah, they pried on my desire to get out of here. They deceived me. I still don't buy it.
Don't be mean.
Well, you should buy it.
Just a second.
Okay, then show us that note. Oh, with pleasure. Have it. Damn it. I always keep skipping things. I don't mean to skip. Alright, I have it here. It's in my pocket.
No way.
Looks like I lost it. Yeah, sure. Please, you gotta believe me. I wouldn't hurt a fly. As soon as I said before, you want us to make you believe you, but you must have produce evidence. Can you show us that note? I have no particular issue with your claim, but if you want us to believe it, you gotta give us a reason. Oh, what the heck? We're serious? Hiro's account's been added. Now then, let's resume our investigation. There's no time to waste before the class trial begins. Why do you need to keep investigating? We already know who did it. Well, hi. Why did you kill him? Tell us, Hiro. No, it's like I said. Is it really after the money Monokuma offered us? Yeah, that must be it. You must be really totally broke, and that's why. Oh, wait, that's a false accusation. Somebody help me. Just be thankful I haven't bound and gagged you yet. You still have time to yell and carry on. You have time to search for evidence, right? You're right. We need to look for that second suit in that note. Free, eat, don't fail me now. I guess I better get back on guard duty. I'm gonna ask Toko or Genocide Jack to switch with me. But if she and Sakura got in a fight, then we'd have a catastrophe on our hands. Well, bye. One by one, everyone pleaded away. Makoto, do you have a second? Huh? I want you to help me with this investigation. Looks like I got a late start on this one, so I need to make up some ground. Sure, I don't mind helping, but can you promise me something? Later, when we have the time, will you tell me why you disappeared?
Why is that?
No. You reject me so simply.
Anyway,
I need your help. You don't mind, do you? No, I'm not telling you, so help me. Ugh, okay, alright, well, you're great. Good job, Makoto. You're really going to be simping for her.
shall we go?
Thanks. Now then, shall we?
Hey,
So, Makoto, first I'd like to examine the corpse. Examine the corpse? I can't believe I'm hearing this from the girl the same age as me.
correct.
Dead bodies don't lie, you know. The truth is far more easier than the living. Wouldn't you agree? How am I supposed to answer? Anyways, we have to hurry before the class trial begins again. Yeah, you're right. Okay, then show me where the bodies are. They're in the repository. I guess we should head that way for now. Head over to the repository. It's down here. Go in here in the little art room, and you're gonna go into the back with that repository where all good things are at. Hifumi and Taka. For a moment, Kyoko seemed to go rigid, but only for a moment.
So then,
Well then, let's get started. She crouched down next to Taka without hesitation and began poking and prodding the bodies.
I knew it.
The Monokuma file was right. They were killed using similar weapons. Her movements were so smooth. She was so calm. Seeing how comfortable she was, she actually made me feel a little bit more comfortable.
I see.
Makoto, I found something. You did? You remember the wristwatch Taka always wore on his left hand? You did? Are you so oblivious to people around here? Do you dislike the other people that much? Oh, it's not that. Anyways, what did she said about a watch? Take a look. It's broken. You can see the hands aren't moving, right? It was likely broken when he encountered his assailant. And if you notice, the hands exactly froze just past 6 o'clock. So that would mean the watch was broken sometime just after 6?
That's right.
But last night, Taco's definitely wasn't broken. Hey, you, how long you keep us waiting? Taco's irritated voice pierced through the air as he started pointedly at his wristwatch. It's almost 10 o'clock, you know that bedtimes are all the little boys and girls.
In other words,
So if it worked at 10 last night, it couldn't have been broken at 6 p.m. I mean, that must have happened at 6 this morning. Broken wristwatch has been added to the
However-
thing. And that's not all. Take a look at Taka's left hand. It appears he's gripping something. You're right, something's white in there.
Makoto,
Did you try to pry it out? Me?
because
Rigor mortis is always set in. Boys are better at suited to that kind of manual labor, right? Okay. But I didn't want to. I grasped Taka's cold hand. Ice cold. That was nearly enough to cause my heart to stop beating. After some effort, I was able to free the object. He was tightly clenched fist. A piece of paper?
Hey.
What was that? Was that all he had in his hand? Yeah, that's it. This little scrap of paper? Doesn't seem like much of a clue, does
is
it?
that right?
I wonder about that. Kyoko turned to Fumi's body.
So then,
Let's check Fumi's body now. Perhaps he left us a few clues on his own. Kyoko's scratch wrap paper, or Taka's paper. So, did you find
Indeed.
anything? I did. More than I expected, to be honest. Look at this. A wad of paper.
that's right.
Fumi had it hidden on him. Hidden?
Indeed.
He stuffed it in his pants, so I can only assume he hid it on purpose, you see? In his pants? Wait, so you...
Why is that?
It was just his pants, not his socks, or not like his socks or something. I don't know what that means. Anyways, let's go take a look at that paper. Go ahead, Makoto, open it up. Well, and I think how it was stuffed in his pants, it's like, it's better be important, Fumi, or I'll never forgive you for this. A note. I found a hole that we can use to maybe escape. Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell us about now. We need the equipment room at 6 a.m. Interesting. Yes, interesting indeed.
So,
That sounds very familiar. That's it. It's the same thing Hiro said. And what he said, he's telling us the truth.
however,
Well, it's not exactly the same, is it? Yeah, he said 1 a.m. So that's already fucked up right there. Last night, someone slipped me a weird note under my door. Here's what it said. I found a hole. Maybe we can use it to escape. Monokuma can't find us. Don't tell anyone. Let's meet at the rec room at 1 a.m. The time is different. Hiro told us the note said 1 a.m. But the note that wrote to Hifumi asked him to meet him at 6 a.m.
is that right?
Hold on. Just because Hifumi had the note doesn't mean it was not meant for him. Huh?
So,
Part of it has been torn off, right? I think there's likely meaning something to this. There's something mean part of this paper being ripped. That's exactly not what it said. There's something meaning to the part of being ripped. Could you possibly explain a little bit more? Think carefully.
hey,
Why would he have been clutching at a scrap of paper so tightly? I have no idea.
so then,
What if it wasn't just a scrap of paper? What if he was holding something more important? How could something more important... would something important like that become mere scrap paper? That's what you need to answer. The note Fumi had...
hey,
And while we're at it, we should tell you one other thing. The two victims at this time had definitely had their e-handbooks on them. So the handbooks have nothing to do with how the murders were carried out. Not that there's any reason to think that they were connected to the killings in the first place. So if you're saying that I don't have to think about the handbooks this time, right?
is that right?
Well, if you don't have to think about them at all, I wouldn't have gone out of my way to mention it. All they said is that they were weren't used to help carry out the murders. Jesus Christ. I'm terrible at reading today. There may come a point, however, where the handbook may play a role. Handbook may play a role? I don't think I understand. If Kyoko thinks it's important, I better keep it in mind. Handbooks has been added to the statement. Oh god, already. Alright.
Are you excited? Are you pumped? It's time for the class trial to begin!
Great.
Like the bright burst of fireworks, like the flash of a soul clashing with life and death. And so, with no further ado, everyone please meet at the usual spot.
Aha.
Make your way to the red door on the first floor of the school. See you soon.
Yeah, he's a freak.
It would seem.
It's unfortunate, but I suppose this is where our investigation comes to an end. You have to figure out the rest yourself and come to a proper conclusion. Yeah, you're right.
Shall we go?
Well, we better get going. Okay. Oh, since... Let's make sure... Just gonna go in here, do our class trial, and suffer. Everyone heard Monokuma's proclamation, and they were gathered at the red door. As soon as they were all there...
Monokuma appears!
Hello! He multiplied.
Wrong.
Nope, not multiplication. It just looks that way because it's an illusion. I'm moving so fast, it looks like I multiplied. Can you guys tell which one is the real Monokuma? Can we just get to the elevator already?
Boy.
You're not playing along?
Stop talking.
I'm not here to play with you.
Okay.
Okay, fine.
Hey!
And if everyone's here ready to go, then please board the pain train elevator. See you guys down there.
Let's go.
Okay then, shall we? Oh, hold on, I'm not mentally prepared yet.
What the heck?
You'll never be mentally prepared. You can't run away anymore, hero. You're gonna pay for your sins. I told you I didn't do it for serious. That reminds me, did you ever find the other costume or the note? Well, no, but... How unfortunate. It looks like we may have found our culprit.
Hey,
This isn't the place to talk about. Save your accusations for when we actually get in the courtroom.
That's right.
She's right. Let's get down there first. Then our story can really begin. Yeah, good idea. That's right. I have to do it. I can't let whoever killed Ifumi Taka get away with it. For everyone who's still alive, for the two lost, for the two that lost their souls, or lost their lives, whoever the hell. Everyone who's still alive, and for the two that lost their lives, yeah. The one who killed Ifumi and Taka, the one who killed two of our friends, the killer is someone right here. You gotta investigate. It wasn't me, you gotta believe me.
hey,
The story begins when we get down there.
Yes.
Come on, Big Mac, let's do it. Big Mac. The fuck? It would appear that the culprit has been confirmed. The trial will be over in no time. Are you listening? Wait until we get to the courtroom before you begin arguing.
Damn.
I don't like Monokuma's carefree attitude. Same. He's funny. He's a good villain. He's doing a good job making me despise him, but fuck. Let's hurry get down there so we can make Hiro pay for his crimes. Take one last deep breath. I exhaled slowly. Began to walk towards the elevator. Once everyone was aboard, the doors closed on their own, and the steel box began to move. Yep. Now there's 2, 4, 6, 8. 8 of us down here. The clunking of the elevator kept us company as we fell further and further down. There was no going back. Until we saw this, we couldn't go anywhere. I'm not sure how long it was before the elevator finally came to a stop. The elevator door slowly slid open, opening up to the cruel fate. When I see all you gathered together like this, I just realize how few of there are left. Your school life is slowly reaching its climax. Only because of you. Why are you making us do such cruel things to each other? But what? Do you really hate me so much? But I'm just so cute, and I'm gonna fucking staple his balls to the ceiling and fucking do horrible things against crimes against humanity against this bear. Stop goofing off and begin the trial. Don't rush me. Of course I'm gonna start it. I'll never be like, stay tuned for the action-packed class trial after the commercial break. I never hold on you like that. Okay, let's begin. Get to your assigned seats. So the curtain once again opened. A deadly judgment, a deadly deception, a deadly betrayal, a deadly riddle, a deadly defense, a deadly faith, a deadly class trial. It's good to have 2 save files. Breathing technique. The focus gauge recovers more quickly, effective during the non-stop debate, but the Hangman's Gambit and... Okay. Just make sure everything's like all equipped here. There's a lot of skills here. Like there's a lot. I'll just go back in and just start the trial.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Nice.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
Make sure you mouth.
Now then, to begin with...
We already know who did it.
Was
Damn. What is that?
It was Hiro. He does not have an alibi for when the murders took place, and we found him in that suit. Don't try and deny it. You killed them.
I mean, he's in a sticky situation, so we're gonna see how this turns out.
I didn't. Someone knocked me out. I was asleep the whole time. I don't know anything about it.
Jesus.
Shut your murdering mouth, murderer!
Big words coming from the serial killer.
Who are you calling a murderer?
I am sorry to say, Hiro, but we do have evidence. Blueprint for the suit. Parts we assume were used to build it. And all of it was found in your room. You have to admit, the evidence is quite compelling.
Compelling.
It points to you as having created the suit and wearing it while committing crime after crime.
How many times do I have to tell you? I don't know. I don't know.
Is Hiro really the killer, or anything else? We have to make that clear. Damn, we just have nobody surrounding us. You just have a bunch of dead portraits that are just standing right next to us that have, just like, yeah, here's all your dead friends. The only one closest to us is the serial killer.
The blueprints, the suit
Oh, wait.
parts, they are all proof enough that you are...
What's the button? I almost did the wrong thing. Password argument, open handbook, try to truth bullets. Silencer, that's what I want to do.
I don't know anything about that stuff. It's not true. It's a conspiracy.
Hiro, why? Why did you kill them?
No, just hold on a second.
I mean, looking at the blueprints, the handwriting is awfully messy. I remember right, Hiro's handwriting is.
Everything we found in your room.
Shoot!
What do you mean that?
Everything we found in the blueprints, the suit parts,
Ow.
they are that you are.
Ow.
perfect.
It's not true! It's Hiro! Wow! No! Just hold on a second!
Listen, man. Listen, if you just embarrass yourself in the class trial, and nobody really catches it.
No, it's wrong!
Nobody catches you screwed up. Does it really happen? Well, it does happen, but
Are
nobody
we
can
sure
say
Hiro
it does.
really made those blueprints?
What do you mean?
Well, take a look at this. It's the note that Hiro wrote, asking everyone to meet up after Alter Ego disappeared. The handwriting's obviously different, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say
When
that.
you compare it to
It
the
is true.
blueprints,
There's no way you could think the same person made both of them.
Aha.
Unless that person made it a point to disguise their handwriting.
No, the differences are bigger than that, I think.
Oh, yeah?
Come on. I'm not smart enough to think of trying to change my handwriting anyway.
So Makoto, are you saying you don't think Hiro's the culprit?
Well, we can't rule it out.
He is not the only one. I think Hiro is innocent as well.
Ow, the boys got your back.
Then who was in that Robo-Justice suit? Is it like Hiro said? Was there really someone running around in a second suit?
The suspicious individual hidden within the suit. Go ahead, Makoto. Tell them who it was.
What do you mean? I don't know. And of course, he passes it off to me.
So? Who was in the Robo-Justice suit?
The hell am I supposed to know? That's what I'm trying to figure out still. The suspicious individual in question, I think it might have been the suit. The Illuminati. Ah. Fuck. I don't like these answers. Boy. We just said it wasn't Hero, though. But Hina tried on the suit and it didn't really work.
Shoot!
Yeah, I was like, there's no way. I thought it was going to be a trick question.
I got it! Other than Hero, I can't think of anyone else it could have been.
Fucking trick question bullshit at me.
Obviously, he was the one in that particular suit. And we never found any kind of second suit.
Then there can be no doubt. Hero is the prime suspect.
He is our prime suspect,
That
yes.
doesn't make any sense. You just said Hero didn't do it.
It makes perfect sense. Hero was the suspicious individual in the suit, but he's not the culprit.
So what you're saying is...
That's right. The culprit in this case has nothing to do with being in the Robo-Justice suit.
What? Now that's a bold assumption.
Wow.
And what reason do you have to make such a statement? You do.
Of course.
But
Before
no, I
we
just
get
need
to
to skip
that,
down Burton verse. That was an accident.
There's something else we need to clarify first. So let's get that out of the way.
Hey, stop trying to boss us around.
All things have a proper order.
Proper order.
So what is it? What needs to be clarified?
We must clarify the method of transportation for Taka's lifeless body. It would seem that his corpse was moved using certain particular items.
Good old tarp and
Kuro,
dolly.
Can you tell us what they were?
That sweet old tarp and dolly. Things are used to move Taka's body when they might have been moved. The dolly.
I got it!
There's still one more thing. The things that are used to Taka's body, they must have been. The blue tarp. Well, I just did the whole look around.
They were a dolly and a tarp, right?
Oh, what's with the attitude?
So, let's see if I can explain. Taka's body disappeared from the equipment room.
Yes,
and then we
that is true.
rediscovered it in the repository.
Uh-huh. On
And
the
when
same
we
floor.
found it for the second time, it was wrapped in a blue tarp, right? It was the same tarp that, up until then, was stored in the equipment room. So the killer must have seen it there, and decided to use it when they moved Taka's body. That
agree.
way, they wouldn't leave any bloodstains while they were moving it.
Okay, that explains the tarp. And the dolly?
Same thing.
Quick, fast transportation.
I'm sure the dolly was in the equipment room when we first found Taka's body there.
I agree.
But when the body disappeared, so did the dolly.
Not wrong.
Later, when Taka's body reappeared in the repository, so did the dolly.
Oh.
In other words, you think they used the dolly to move the body. Am I right? But are you sure you are not mistaken?
What do you mean mistaken?
Are you absolutely positive the dolly was in the equipment room when we found Taka's body? That dolly was made specifically for moving large objects between the repository and the art room. It would be very strange indeed to discover it had made its way to the equipment room. Is it not possible that it was in the repository all along, and you simply didn't realize it?
Why are you trying to throw me off, Celeste, huh?
She's raised an objection. How do you respond?
There is no shame in being wrong, and nobody expects much from you anyway.
wow, Celeste. I thought
We
we had
have all
something special.
accepted the fact that you rarely understand what is going on around you.
Wow, I never had anyone sound so nice while being so mean. Maybe I could change your mind. I could explain to them why the dolly must have been moved from the equipment room to the repository. The elements added to bullet time battles. Okay. Talk about reloading. Starting off the next bullet time battle, we're gonna add more ingredients to the recipe. Why? Why though? On the bottom of the screen underneath is the tempo marker that you need for your ammo count. Up until now, there really has been a limit to how you destroy your opponent's statements. From now on, just locking on and pressing Y won't be enough to handle them. That's gonna cost you one bullet to destroy a single remark. Once you run out of bullets, you can't destroy any more statements, no matter how locked you are. However, you can reload by pressing the X button. Just like locking on, you have to press X at the same time with the tempo marker. Basically, just remember to push X now that the X button now has a function along with A and Y. You automatically reload at the fever time when your ammo will not decrease. If your action difficulty's on Genta, it won't have to reload at all. In case you can ignore everything I just said. Well, good luck and have fun. Well, I'm on normal, so I'm not on gentle, I'm on normal. So what do you guys say?
You had it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. I cannot agree.
This should prove it.
About to say, I can't see the white lines.
If you're asking for proof that the dolly moved, I have it right here. When I found the dolly in the repository,
Yeah, the bloody tire
one
marks.
of the wheels had a blood stain on it. There was a pool of blood in the equipment room with a tire mark in it that matched the dolly wheel's tread.
Oh.
The killer probably rolled the dolly through the blood on accident as they wheeled the body out of the room. And as the blood dried on the tire, they moved the body into the repository. So there's my proof that the dolly was used to move Taka's body.
Jeez, does Les really hate me that much?
Well, anyway, that was just something we had to get out of the way. Let's get back to the main subject.
Yes, let's get back on to who
Yeah.
did it. Who did it?
How Robo Justice didn't do it. Because if it's not a killer robot, then what kind of robot is it?
I'm not sure that really matters.
I'd be happy to explain why the occupant of the suit couldn't possibly be the killer.
But you're gonna force me to do it.
If you
jerk
look
off.
back on how the body was transported, it will become immediately obvious.
If I look at how the body was moved, it'll be clear that the person in the suit couldn't have done it. What does he mean by that? Robot Justice costume.
As we know, Taka was killed in the equipment room.
Yes.
And from there, the body was moved to the repository, correct?
That is correct.
The culprit wrapped the body in the tarp,
Uh-huh.
and loaded it onto the dolly and wheeled it off, right?
That is correct.
Keep in mind that the dolly doesn't have a handle.
Well,
Uh-huh.
yeah. But even without a handle, all you'd have to do is bend over.
That's
Then
where we
you
want
could
to use
push the
that.
dolly no problem. So the killer just crouched down and carted the body off to the repository.
If you accept everything we just said, then you must realize that whoever was in the suit couldn't possibly be the culprit.
Sorry, I don't think I realize anything.
It doesn't seem to have any hands, so you push down to bend over and be able to wear a suit. But would anyone be wearing that suit be able to stoop down like that?
As we know, Taka was killed, and from there...
Yeah, the pup then loaded it on...
Now, keep in mind...
Well, yeah, all you'd have to do is bend over.
Yeah, you'd have to, but you did. Well, you're in that suit, and you're like, this suit sucks. I can barely move. You try it on yourself, and it didn't fit.
You're absolutely right that you could push a dolly without a handle if you stoop down low. But if you were wearing that suit, do you think you could actually get into a position like that?
No. You even tried yourself.
What do you mean?
Think back to what you said when we were all checking out the suit together. Remember?
I do remember. Blind as a bat in here. I can't even see my feet at all. I'm surprised you got anywhere in this thing. Yeah, I'm telling you, it wasn't me. And not to mention, you totally can't bend at the waist. Seems like pretty obvious oversight. You said that out. That was out of your mouth.
Suit, not only can you not see your feet, but you can't even bend at the waist. Am I right about that?
Yeah, you
Now
know.
that you mention it, yeah.
It seems like it'd be awfully hard to push that dolly if you couldn't bend over.
Well, what's to stop you from simply pushing the dolly with your feet?
Yeah, Celeste is acting really
Can you
sus right
barely
now.
See your feet? You really think someone could kick the dolly all that way?
Yeah, it'd be totally impossible. Not that I can say for sure myself.
On top of that, if you were wearing such a rigid, cumbersome suit,
Rigid.
it's very unlikely you would have the dexterity to go about wrapping the body in a tarp.
Honestly, I
Oh,
agree.
mean, isn't that just a matter of taking off the suit when you're ready to move the body?
There's absolutely no chance the costume was taken off just to move the body because there's no strong enough. You can't take it off by yourself. Once it's on, you can't take it off. Well, you mean I have to live the rest of my life as Road of Justice? She's right. No. What do you mean that was...
I got it!
I mean, technically, that third option was not wrong.
If you remember,
I don't know what's up with this thing, but I can't actually get it off. Ugh, help. Why would you make something like that you can't take off by yourself? I didn't make the stupid friggin' thing. There's a clasp on the back that are keeping you from getting it off. It's pretty sturdy, so I don't think you can get it off on your own. I mean, I have no choice. It's so helpful.
That's true. It seems impossible to put the suit on or take it off without help.
Then you really can't take it off by yourself? Hero wasn't just making it up?
Of course I wasn't making it up.
if he could have gotten it off by himself, I don't think he would have let us see him wearing it. Showing up in the suit was basically an invitation for everyone to suspect it.
That's right.
So, it's really, really true that Robo-Justice couldn't have moved the dolly?
To be clear, whoever did move the body, it couldn't have been Hero in the robot suit, correct?
No, wait. Just a second, if you please. Have you forgotten about the picture that I took? You all got a good look at it, did you not?
I don't know,
The
you know,
image of
Celeste, you're really
Hifumi
digging
being
yourself a
dragged
bigger
away
grave.
by
I don't trust you one
Robo-Justice?
bit.
If whoever was in that suit is not the culprit, how do you explain that?
You shut your mouth.
Besides, do you remember what the now deceased Hifumi said?
How'd you get hurt? That guy hit me. What guy? What guy? Robot Justice, or that's what I decided to call him just now.
So long as those facts exist, the proper conclusion is beyond question. The individual inside the suit and the culprit are one and the same. It was Hero, without a doubt.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gotta be right.
Hold on a second.
I'm gonna give it $1.50 with you. I don't want to just immediately just assume Celeste until proven otherwise.
Besides, there's no hurry to decide who did it. Before we rush to a verdict, shouldn't we explore every single possibility? Instead of seizing on one viewpoint, The truth is uncovered by analyzing things from every angle.
Perhaps, but where do we go from here?
Let's review this series of unfortunate events from the beginning. Maybe we'll uncover something new.
Uh-huh.
What a pain in the ass!
I don't disagree, but our lives are on the line. If this is what it takes, we have to do it.
Plus, maybe we'll get to find out where the heck Kyoko was when everything went down.
She ain't gonna say anything.
All right then, let's take another look back at what happened. I suppose we could start with this morning.
With the
Four
morning.
of us gathered together in the dining hall. Makoto, Hina, Kyoko, and myself. We waited there for quite a while, but nobody else showed up, so we went to look for everyone. That was around 8 a.m.
I agree.
And as soon as we
Yeah, that's
split
true.
up, Kyoko went missing.
Soon after that, Hina found Celeste in the rec room and quickly came to get Makoto and me.
It seems I was unconscious for about an hour after I was attacked by my mystery assailant. I know it was an hour because I remember being attacked a little after 7.
That was when we saw Celeste's picture and discovered that her assailant had been wearing a strange costume. As it turns out, it was Robo-Justice. It also soon became clear that this same Robo-Justice had abducted Hifumi. We were soon joined in our search by Byakuya and Toko, and then went on to
I'm
find
probably not gonna
Hifumi
remember
in the
that at all.
library. He was injured, so we took him to the nurse's office and resumed our search for the suspect. But not long after leaving the nurse's office,
Yeah. Yahoo. What's wrong? There, recap this again. Ah, yeah, because she's diverting the attention. Okay, I see what she's doing.
When Celeste told us that, we decided to split up and search the second floor. And soon after that,
I saw someone moving around on the 3rd floor, and I yelled out to everyone as soon as I did.
Yeah, it's an intense scream from someone like you. He screamed, ran off, blocking the stairs, headed further down the hall and disappeared. Well, that gives you enough time to go down there and do the murder. The murder. The murder. I don't trust. Yeah, I just don't trust her. Even though she was here when that happened, I don't trust her.
at that point we decided to divide up into 2 groups. Celeste, Hina, and I went back to the nurse's office.
That is
While
true.
Sakura, Byakuya, and Toko chased after the suspect.
Also, there's a little noise coming outside, so I
When we
don't
got
mind
back
that
to the
one bit.
nurse's office, we found Hifumi dead.
Just don't mind it at all. It's
And that's when we heard the body
it's just
discovery
noises.
I left Celeste and Hina there and headed back to the 3rd floor to let the others know what had happened.
meanwhile, we had just discovered Taka's body in the equipment room.
Poor Taka.
We must
It's
have found
unfortunate.
both bodies at almost exactly the same time. Because we heard the same announcement not long after we discovered his body.
And that's when I told you guys about Hifumi. Then the 3 of us headed for the nurse's office. But right after we left the physics lab, we ran into Celeste, who'd arrived after us.
True.
And she told us something very surprising.
The body's disappeared.
We rushed back to the nurse's office and saw that she was right.
Then we remembered we'd left Toko passed out in the equipment room, so we hurried back again.
Uh-huh. Yes, you did. This cannot be happening. Hallucination? Yeah, apparently so.
But when we got there, we discovered that now Taka's body had also gone missing.
Been missing.
Next thing we knew, we were searching the school for 2 missing dead bodies. And after some time...
Celeste informed us that she'd found the bodies, and we all headed to the repository.
Oh, she found the bodies. Isn't that interesting? That's interesting
Which
indeed.
is where we rediscovered the corpses.
I think that about covers it.
That is interesting. It was locked when
The whole thing sounds
Hina
exceptionally
and
complicated.
Sakura were in the
It
art room
certainly
trying to go in the
seems
rec
to
room,
me
and
that these
Celeste
are not
happened
a
to find it.
simple series of connected events.
Okay, well, if that's true, then what?
Rather than a single series of events, I think we have to consider each murder a separate situation.
Yes,
And
separate
from
situations.
there, we can uncover the contradictions surrounding all of them.
It's better to pick
Now
it
then,
apart piece by
let's get
piece instead
started,
of a big
beginning
gulping
with what
thing.
happened to Taka.
Contradictions hidden in what happened to Taka. In order to uncover the truth of this case, I have to find them, no matter what. While we do have that broken watch, that's a very important thing. So we're gonna see what dialogue we're gonna get with our argument statements here. Monokuma, File 3.
So, regarding Taka's death.
Yeah, it's from
I
Taka's
wonder
death.
if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in.
Are you sure about that? Are you sure?
You say that.
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed with Justice Hammer 3, while Taka's death came from a swing of Justice Hammer 4.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after.
Are you sure about that? The Justice Hammer were numbered, but were they really used in that order? Taka's
I
death.
wonder if he died before Hifumi, or perhaps it was after.
We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed while Taka's dead.
See? So it's obvious Taka came.
It didn't, because it never mentioned the hammer in the Monokuma file, so
Regarding, I
I'm
wonder
assuming it
if
should be
or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were
what
killed in.
order. What are you fucking? Are you telling me, motherfucker? You're telling me it actually was a stupid hammer thing?
So,
I refuse to
wonder
believe that
if
for a
or
second.
perhaps it was. We already know Taka came. What makes you say? Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
Okay, fine then. What? The victims were Fumi and Kyoto. The deaths were a blow to the head, which is thought it was to be killed with a similar weapon.
I wonder if or perhaps it was. We already know Taka came.
What makes you say
Because of the numbers.
It's true that he while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came.
Oh, yeah, I was supposed to do that scanning thing, aren't I? What the hell is the control for that?
I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was after. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed while Taka's death.
See? So it's obvious Taka came. So, I wonder if he died, or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in.
The numbering.
No, that's wrong.
God, I'm probably gonna fail this, aren't I? I just have a gut feeling.
Hold on. There's no reason to assume that the hammers were used in the same order as their numbers. If anything, that's just another way the killer tried to disguise their actions.
So you're saying the culprit wanted us to think the hammers were used
Yes,
in
they
order,
did. That's exactly what I'm saying.
but in reality, Taka was killed before Hifumi? Okay then, let's see the proof.
Evidence that provides that Taka was killed before Fumi. There's something that relates to what time and what he died at. This is where the wristwatch comes in. The Hangman's Gambit. this shit again. Wristwatch. Wrist. W. A. Wrist. A. T. A. C. H. Where's H? Where's the H at? It's right there behind all these letters. No. Wristwatch.
Now I understand.
Now I understand.
I've got it. Taka's wristwatch.
I agree.
See? Look. It broke with the hands pointing just past 6 o'clock.
It must have gotten broken when he was attacked by the killer.
Because
as
last
of
night, you didn't die. He had his wristwatch on and it wasn't broken. He's waiting. His irritated voice pierces. He started pointing at his wristwatch. You know, bedtime for all the little boys and girls. Yeah.
So if it wasn't broken after 6 last night, then he must have been attacked around 6 this morning.
And that would be his official time of death.
But if that's true, then he was killed well before Hifumi.
And
Yes.
before Celeste was attacked this morning, which happened around 7.
That's right. Taka was killed before any of the other incidents took place.
I agree.
That simple fact slipped past all of us. We made the wrong assumption about the order of events, all because of those justice hammers.
One of them was washed clean too, so
That's
we keep that
exactly
in
why
mind.
the culprit wrote the numbers on each hammer and had them increase in size. That way, when we saw how they were used in each incident, we'd easily make that wrong assumption.
Now,
Cool.
if Taka was killed around 6, then everyone's alibis for his murder go out the window. Because when
agree.
he was killed, we hadn't met up in the dining hall yet.
That may be true in the case of Taka's murder. But all of our alibis still hold true for Hifumi's death.
That's right. With him, at least, we're all safe.
Over that. Came from downstairs. It must have been Hifumi. Yeah, flashback there.
When we heard Hifumi screaming, we were all together. Except for Hiro and Kyoko. Then we all ran down to the nurse's office. And
That's where he
when
found his
we found
body. Yes, you did.
That's totally true. We're all in the clear.
I know! They must have recorded him screaming on a tape or something, then played it later on!
Oh, hi, Beck.
If that's true,
It's
where's the tape?
interesting seeing you here
I don't know.
up at this time of morning.
Don't just go making stuff up.
What a peak game. It would be a peak game. I would like it
We
more
all have
if I didn't get
solid
spoiled on it, but
alibis for when
I'm
we
still
heard
trying to
Hifumi's
push through and
screaming.
enjoy it.
Since all of us were there
So hi, good
together,
morning. Hope you're having a good
clearly
time.
none of us
Hopefully
could have
you're
killed
enjoying
him.
your work or your day off or going in the
And it
office
does
or doing
not
something
stop there.
at this
There was
time
also
of
the
morning.
moment when we discovered
You
his
got
body had
spoilers?
disappeared.
Yeah, what happened was somebody was a jerk off and they spoiled who died in chapter 1, chapter 2, and chapter 4, which I'm currently in the trial for chapter 3. So yeah, that was cool. That's why I had to put twists and turns are the best. Yeah, it would be cool. And then that happened. I'm like, oh, cool. Thanks for spoiling, letting me know that's happening. Which is why the title's very aggressive and why I had to throw follower only mode on for the chat, only for Danganronpa. Incidents like that make me not want to play the next of the games unless
When his
I
body
have
vanished
people
from
here
the
that are going to
nurse's
delete
office.
spoilers and ban people. So it is what it is.
And I were in the bathroom together, while everyone else was in the equipment room, correct?
They didn't give you the most spoilers, yeah, but it's still like annoying that like, oh, this person died. All right, cool. Thanks for letting me
At
know.
that time, we were all
Instead of letting
gathered
me
together in the
find out on my
nurse's
own like I
office
would have
because of
preferred.
Hifumi going missing.
Well, don't forget, I was passed out in the equipment room the whole time.
It's like, come on now.
Wait, then what if Genocide Jill did it? She could have dragged Taka's body out of there right then!
Yeah, okay, pal.
Even if she could pull that off, there's no way she could have done the same with Hifumi's body.
Yeah, at least they didn't say like this person did it. Otherwise, that would have been like, yeah, I'm not playing this game anymore.
Equipment room when his body disappeared.
Besides, I didn't do either of them anyway.
In other words, it is impossible that any of us could have killed Hifumi or moved either of their bodies. On the other hand, Hiro and Kyoko had disappeared, so they most certainly could have done those things.
So what now, Kyoko?
For now, we can't get fixated on who did it, or we'll just keep going around in circles.
True.
So instead of who, I propose we start talking about how. In particular,
Who's in the house?
I think we need to figure out how Hifumi's body got moved.
That's true. We searched everywhere, but we couldn't figure out how to explain his body disappearing. And according to what Celeste said,
I got it for a minute or two, though. I'll say Chapter 1, 2, and 4 trials are not super big spoilers. Well, I didn't get spoiled by that. I just spoiled, like, who died, and that still made me annoyed. Because I was like, oh, cool, thanks for not letting me play this game.
his body
It's bullshit.
apparently
I was not
disappeared
happy.
in the 1 minute her and Hina took their
So I don't care
eyes
about
off.
spoilers if a game I'm not actively playing or won't get to for a while. But if I'm actually playing the game, don't fucking spoil it. Especially when the tags say no spoilers.
Third, in that short amount of
Annoying.
time?
It's upsetting.
Oh man, yeah. There's no way. It's impossible.
Well, what if I told you there was a way to make the impossible possible?
What do you mean by that?
How? If the dead body were to move itself.
Yeah, that is true.
The body moved on its own?
No, not another.
At least the ending twists were not spoiled. It's one of the biggest and coolest twists in all of anime gaming. Yeah. Like, I'm gonna keep it $1.50. If that happened, I probably would have dropped this game and would have gave Vinny a refund or let him pick another game.
But perhaps in reality, he was still alive.
Because he's the one that asked me to play this game, so I'm like, fine, I'll play that then.
Are you saying Hifumi wasn't carried out of the nurse's office, but simply walked out on his own?
But I mean, we found his body. He was dead.
Perhaps he was simply playing dead.
That it isn't possible.
The idea of Hifumi was still alive. Is it really possible? I mean, he did come to life and say hero, and I was like, okay, cool. Broken wristwatch. Wristwatch.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office,
Yes.
there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No.
Uh-huh.
It is impossible. Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement along with the rest of us. Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Uh-huh.
And that is why the announcement was made.
Are we really so sure about that? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else's discovery.
Not sure about the body discovery announcement. It was only made once. But Hifumi and Taka's body were discovered almost exactly the same time. So yeah, that could have been Taka's body. So, let me see.
There's a chance he was actually still alive.
No, it is impossible.
Holy shit.
Hifumi was dead, without a doubt.
And you know that how?
Surely
Yeah,
you
yeah,
heard
yeah.
the body discovered.
That's right.
Hifumi's dead body had been found. And that is why
Are we really?
Okay,
Maybe
so-
the announcement was intended to signal someone
Somebody else's discovery? Huh. Okay, I'm gonna read that. I'm gonna look back at that one because
Are you saying that when we first
it's definitely
found
Taka's body was found. That's what it was found. Not Hifumi's, it was Taka's.
there's a chance he was actually still
alive?
Let's leave that just for that.
it is impossible.
Actually, he was actually still alive.
And you know that surely you heard the body discovery and Hifumi's dead body had been found.
He was actually still. I want to say I want to do it at that, but let me look at this last one again real
Maybe
quick.
the announcement was intended
Someone
to
else's
signal
discovery.
Someone else's discovery.
Somebody else's discovery or his
Are
body.
you saying that when we first there's a chance
he was
No, it is impossible. Hifumi was.
I don't want to lose more hearts.
Without a
That's
doubt.
fucking
And
scaring
you know
me.
that how?
Surely you heard the body discovery announcement. Along with Hifumi's dead body had been found.
Oh yeah, that's what I figured. Fuck me.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifu, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
No.
This is fun since I know the story. Yeah, I've not lost a single trial yet, but I'm thinking I'm gonna lose this one because I can't. I pretty much had to get perfect on this. It's actually body's been found, but there's a placement here. Someone else's discovery. God, I'm gonna bite the bullet. Well, good. GG's. We're fucked. We're done. Yep. GG's. Oh well. Fuck me, I guess. Fuck me, I guess. God, where's restart button? Nope. Nope. We're gonna return to the main menu. I'm gonna return to the main menu. Nope. Nope. You ain't getting me with that. At least there's a fast forward button. I'm just gonna speed run where you're at. Well, this one is a bit confusing. It's like, yeah, I mean, I probably should have let that thing play, but I was like, no, I probably shouldn't.
Everything we found in your room. The
The blueprints, culprits.
I know that's not true. It's a good.
Hero, why?
No, just hold on a second.
Everything
Blueprints,
we found
alright.
the blueprints.
The suit card.
Yeah, because his handwriting's different. Yeah, we did that. So onward we go with this. Yeah.
I got it.
It was Hero, because yeah. At least I'm happy that I could just get through this. Things that are moved to use the repository dolly. And the tarp.
I got it.
Yeah, I got it. Yeah. Yep. Because we saw bloody wheel tracks there. Yakety yak. I still think I'm still gonna. And that's probably just telling me, yeah, reload stuff, yada yada. The moment of truth.
You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch. I cannot agree. You are a fool. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst, you miserable wretch. You have it wrong. I cannot agree. You are a fool. So pathetic. Lies will get you nowhere. Do your worst. Away with you. You miserable wretch.
I'd like to see this fucking thing.
I cannot agree. This should prove
It
it.
would be nice if I could see the tempo, but it would refuse to let me do that. Oh, whatever. At least I didn't lose really much hearts on that, so I'm fine with it. The body was moved. Okay, Justice costume.
Taka was killed in the and from there.
Equipment room.
The culprit
Tarp.
then loaded it onto the
Hold on to the
doghouse.
dolly.
Well, yeah. All you have to do is bend over.
Yeah, you couldn't do that in that shitty ass suit. You even tried it on yourself. Couldn't see your feet. You couldn't bend over. You couldn't do nothing. You could do nothing about it. We're gonna skip over this since we obviously did this. Yada yada yada. You can't take it off by yourself
I got it.
because there's a big old clasp on the back, little clamp. But look at this photo. What do you mean? So yeah, we see the photo. Justice Robo. Aha. And he was dead. There's Taka on the floor. You're like, what the hell happened? We ought to go run back up there to go check. And like, oh, they both showed up here. Is this where we're back at again? Okay, this is where I gotta use it.
So, regarding I wonder if he or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in.
What
Taka
order?
came last. What makes you say? Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that he flew while Taka's dead.
See? So
Okay.
it's obvious Taka came.
So I gotta like use flashback on that.
So, I wonder if or perhaps it was. We already know what order they were killed in. Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the
Wait,
Justice
the numbering.
Hammers.
It's true that Hifumi was killed while Taka's dead.
See? So it's obvious Taka came after. So,
This one's probably not right.
we already
numbering.
know what order they were
What
killed.
order?
Taka came last.
What makes you say that?
Because of the numbering of the Justice Hammers.
It's true that he flew while Taka's dead.
See?
Oh, you do the order because the numbers. Like, I don't know about that, mate.
So, I wonder if or perhaps it was. We already know what order they.
Yeah.
No, what's wrong?
Because all they did to mess with us and to freak us out because there's a broken wristwatch at it. It's 6 a.m. Which is like, yeah, no, Taka's dead first, and then we gotta figure out what happened with Hifumi. Then we gotta spell out wristwatch here in the Hangman's Gambit, which we did before. Wrist, S-T, W, A, where's A? I want these other layers on my... Oh, damn it, where's my A button? It's like waiting for that A for the longest time. And then we gotta go get the H. Wristwatch. There you go.
Now I understand.
Now I understand. It was working last night when he was in Gall freak mode about it. It's like, what are you doing? It's almost 10 o'clock. Blah, blah, blah. Look at my watch. Boink. Now, what if he moved on his own? All right, this is where we're back left off at. Okay. Broken wristwatch. This does not. I feel like this is not going to have anything about this. There's nothing about wristwatch or time here at all.
Are you saying that when we first found Hifumi in the nurse's office, there's a chance he was actually still alive?
Because why would that time doesn't matter for that?
Hifumi was dead. And you know that how? Shortly, you heard the body discovery, and Hifumi's dead body had been found.
And
that is why the...
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal
Someone else's discovery. Okay, well, let me try getting that one, because somebody else's discovery. Jesus Christ.
And you know that shortly you heard the body discovered. Hifumi's dead body had been found, and that is...
Are we really? Maybe the announcement was intended to signal someone else.
Okay, let's get that one. Somebody else's discovery. That has a loud noises. Yeah, somebody else's discovery, which is Taka's body.
When we first, there's a chance he
He was actually still alive.
Hifumi was dead, and you know that shortly you heard the body
Oh, so yes, that's a...
had been found.
There we go. I'm gonna mute for a second.
Was the body discovery announcement that was made really intended for Hifumi?
Of course it was. The announcement played right after we discovered his body.
Maybe. But that was also the same time that Taka's body was found.
That's right. It wasn't long after finding his body that we heard the announcement.
So there's a good chance we've made a mistake in there somewhere. I think we've confused whether the announcement was for Hifumi or Taka.
First of all, if 2 bodies had been found, there really should have been 2 announcements.
Maybe Monokuma simply got lazy and rolled them together into one.
What do you say, Monokuma? Any comment?
Well, it's a very sensitive issue, so I can't go into too much detail. But what I can say about the body discovery announcement is that it's only broadcast when 3 or more people find a dead body for the first time.
That didn't answer our question, man. We're asking if you're a lazy bum.
No, actually, that was plenty. Huh? He said it's only broadcast when a body is discovered for the first time, which means even if we find the same body again later, he won't make the announcement again. If that's true, then why was the announcement made again later on?
Huh? Later on?
Exactly. We heard the body discovery announcement twice.
And the second time was when, after Fumi came back to life, both the bodies were rediscovered. When Toko was found unconscious. No! I don't feel like the Toko one is okay then. So this one? No. Okay, this is the other one then. I'm just trying to be quick because there's somebody pressure washing outside and it's loud, so I'm trying to just do this.
I got it!
There you go.
We heard it
Enjoy
the
that.
second time in the repository, when we rediscovered the 2 bodies. It didn't seem weird at the time, but it contradicts what Monokuma just told us, doesn't it?
Exactly. If we were actually rediscovering both bodies, the announcement shouldn't have played.
And in reality, when the 2 dead bodies were rediscovered, one of them was actually being discovered for the first time.
So, when we found Hifumi the first time in the nurse's office, he wasn't actually dead yet. Meaning, he wasn't actually found dead until we came upon him in the repository.
And that's just part of it. There's one other thing that leads me to believe he was still alive in the nurse's office.
Oh, I know! Because he was super good at playing dead! Bada bing, bada boom!
That is the worst logic I have ever heard. But honestly, I do not think there's anything that can prove he was still alive.
Okay then, let's take another look at the events surrounding the discovery of his body. Then it should become clear whether he was really alive or not.
This whole thing is pointless.
Okay, I guess we'll see. Now what happens here? Fumi's glasses, that's
Well,
correct.
here's one thing we do know. The
Yes,
first time we
first
found
time
Hifumi's
Hifumi's
body
body
was in the nurse's office. And then, while me and Celeste were in the bathroom, his body disappeared.
That's
And
true,
the
it did
next time
disappear.
we saw his body, it was in the repository.
But when you compare his body before being moved and his body after being moved, Other than the change in how it was positioned, there was no notable difference.
I didn't mean to click on that.
Then, was he really still alive?
Of course not. It is impossible. This is ridiculous.
The glasses say otherwise, Brokey.
Well, here's one. The first time we found him, and then his body just.
And the next time it was in.
But when you compare his body with other than the change in how it was, there was no notable difference.
I don't know about that. His glasses were bloody when we in the nurse's office, and then it was clean when we found on the repository. So therefore, yes, there was a difference.
In fact, there was one clear difference between Hifumi in the nurse's office and the repository. His glasses. That fact alone proves that he was only playing dead in the beginning.
Perhaps you'd like to fill the rest of us in?
Yes, feel the scene.
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, his glasses were
Yes.
covered with blood. But when we found him again later in the repository, they were spotless. And I found the item he used to wipe them clean in the nurse's office trash can.
And that said evidence that we found in the trash can was this glasses cleaning cloth that was covered in blood.
I got it!
But only Hifumi would have something
Was a
this
glasses
geeky in his
cleaning cloth featuring a certain
repertoire
cartoon mascot.
to clean his glasses with.
One look at the bloodstain on the cloth should make things clear. This piece of cloth was used to wipe Hifumi's glasses clean. And the mascot on the cloth is the same one that's on the digital camera, right? And whose digital camera was it? Hifumi's, of course.
The character was Princess Piggles from Demon Angel Pretty Pudgy Princess, I think.
I highly doubt anyone but Hifumi would have brought something like this to school.
I see your point. And the only people here who wear glasses are...
I wouldn't be caught dead using a tacky piece of garbage like that.
A few tissues is all I need to keep my glasses clean.
Then there's no question. It belonged to Hifumi.
So what you're saying is... What exactly?
What I'm saying is, the blood on his glasses was wiped away using his own glasses cleaning cloth.
Even if that is true, it does not mean he wiped the blood off himself.
But who would benefit from a clean pair of glasses other than the glasses owner?
That's a good point.
Then it must have been him, right?
So let's assume that Hifumi was still alive in the nurse's office. He pretends to be dead. Then when he's alone, he wipes his glasses clean so he can see. Then he stands up and walks out on his own 2 feet. And with that, the impossible task of moving his copious corpse becomes possible, wouldn't you say?
But then, if he was just pretending to be dead, what was with all that blood? Was it paint or something?
The fridge in the nurse's office contains packs of blood.
Yeah, I was about to say the fridge
Probably used one of
with
those.
the blood packs.
He
That makes
figured
sense.
if he was gonna play dead, he should go all out. So he just dumped it everywhere.
It's true, I agree.
But he
As a
got
poor
lazy
Fumi.
with it and had to wipe his glasses off when he was
Grotus
done.
does not feel the same.
Blood
I
anyway.
say, it sucks to see him go like that, but it is what it is.
And if
just
Hifumi
kinda
was
kicked
still
the bucket.
alive at that point, the disappearance of Taka's body is easily explained. It
Yes.
should be perfectly obvious who must have moved Taka's corpse.
I don't know who Taka's body was. Hifumi?
I got it!
Because there's no one
It
else.
could only have been Hifumi.
While we were all gathered in the nurse's office, he went to the equipment room and took Taka's body.
That also explains how the door to the repository got locked.
I agree.
The door was locked? Well, after the bodies disappeared, We all went looking for him, right? So me and Sakura headed for the repository. But when we got there, the door was locked.
And the repository door can only be locked from the inside. Which means when Hina and Sakura got to the repository, someone was already inside.
And it could only have been Hifumi, who just finished stashing Taka's body there.
He convinced us all he was dead, and when he saw his chance, he dragged Taka's body to the repository. So, Hifumi wasn't just another victim in this case. He was one of the assailants.
But that means.
So this is all
he
pretty
took
much pointing to
part in the
Celeste.
murders.
Okay.
I just can't believe it.
If you're having trouble, would you like me to show you one more piece of evidence?
Sure.
There's more?
Oh, absolutely. The single biggest fact pointing to his involvement has yet to be revealed.
Yet to be
You
revealed.
know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The item he took off of Taka's lifeless body?
You mean the note? The thing that Fumi stole from Taka could have. The thing that Fumi stole from Taka could have been the whatchamacallit. I'm gonna quickly go on this, go back on mute. The note Fumi had.
I got it!
That is true. I
You're
agree.
talking about the note Hifumi had hidden away, aren't you?
Hidden note?
That's right. We found it stuffed in his pants.
What? In his pants?
Yes, his pants.
Okay, well, forget about the pants for now. Take a look at what the note says.
That's the note I was telling you about. The one that told me where to go. Huh? Wait, this one's a little different. In my note it said, Monokuma can't find out, so don't tell anyone else for now. Let's meet in the rec room at 1 a.m.
I see. Then this note isn't the same one Hiro got.
It's not the same?
In other words, the killer got in touch with another person besides Hiro. And that person could only have been...
I don't know why he said Fumi's pants. It's just obviously going to be apparently Taka then.
I got it!
It's fucking hell.
That's
You
right.
mean pants?
Taka! The killer used this note to draw out Taka and murder him.
Hello? Over here! Objection! Objection! I don't really understand what's going on, but Hifumi had that letter, right?
He did.
So whoever wrote it wasn't drawing out TikTok, they were drawing out Huffy! Just to be clear, TikTok is Taka and Huffy is Hifumi, right? Oh, yes! Why must you ruin it every time?
What a freak. And Genocide Jack is seriously scary with him, but it's Genocide Jill. I can't let her get to me. Literally says Jill in her name. People just keep calling her Genocide Jack because that's what just the onlines call it. Broken wristwatch, Fumi's glasses, cleaning cloth. Oh god, we have 3 of these things. Jeez, what have you done to me?
Huffy had the note, right?
Yes.
Then the person it was intended for must have been Huffy!
Okay.
But remember what the note said. What time did it say to meet?
6 a.m.
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter!
Yes, it does.
The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
What's the button? Oh, what's the button to swap things out? There's definitely that one in the end there.
The note, right? Then the...
Swap. No.
Must have been Huffy!
But remember what the note said.
What time did it say?
6 a.m.
The time doesn't matter! The note has nothing to do with TikTok!
I don't know about that.
No, it's wrong.
They have that broken wristwatch. It pointed directly a little bit after 6 o'clock.
No, there absolutely is a connection.
What the hell are you talking about?
The note said to meet at 6 a.m., which is the same time Taka was murdered.
Uh-huh.
We've already proven that using his wristwatch.
Yes, it is true.
But there's more. Look where the note says to meet. The equipment room, right?
Equipment room.
Which is where Taka was killed. I see.
So, Taka was murdered at both the time and place written in the note. I
That's
think
true.
that should be plenty to show that this note was definitely meant for Taka.
Well, when you put it like that.
You know, pretty like that.
Then someone used that note to trick Taka, just the same as me. The culprit really is a cold-blooded monster, telling people they found a way out.
But if they gave the note to Taka, what was Hifumi doing with it?
Stuffed down his pants, no less!
Being
Most
weirdo.
likely, Hifumi stole it off Taka's corpse after he died.
Huh? He stole it?
Where's your proof? Go ahead, show us.
Just ripped piece of paper. Hifumi stole a note from Taka. Where is that? This one.
I got it!
This little tiny
When I
piece of
searched
scrap
Taka's
paper.
body, I saw that his lifeless hand was gripping a small scrap of paper. If I'm right about this, the sheet of paper this piece came from is...
The note in the lower right-hand corner.
I knew it! It fits perfectly with the note we found hidden on Hifumi.
Then Taka's scrap and Hifumi's note.
Yup, they're from the same piece of paper.
Hifumi had the note meant for Taka, while Taka's corpse still grasped a small piece of that note.
Yes.
There's only one way to explain it.
Taka died clutching the note. Hifumi tried to free the note from its death grip,
It just wouldn't work.
leaving behind only one small scrap. Did I get all that right?
That's correct,
That
Sakura.
means Hifumi knew the note was important.
Exactly. Which proves that he was an accomplice in the murder.
Whoa.
Whoa.
After seeing all this, Hifumi was super involved in this whole thing for sure. In fact, he was behind the whole thing. In fact, he's still alive.
Hold on, get a grip. Get a grip, hero.
When we found him in the repository, Hifumi was truly and completely dead.
Truly and completely
The
dead. Yes, he
second
was.
body discovery announcement proves that.
So then, who killed Hifumi?
Whoever did is the mastermind, the true killer.
He was killed
Uh-huh.
in the repository. So he must have been killed not long after transporting Taka's body.
That is
So,
true.
He must have been
Because Celeste killed him.
after Taka's body vanished, but before we found both bodies in the repository.
During that time, we'd all split up and were searching for Taka's missing body. In other words, during that time, none of us have alibis.
No, we do not.
But me and Sakura were together.
Stop trying to steal the spotlight, you stupid walrus!
The fuck?
Who are you calling
Walrus.
a walrus?
Anyway, when they were killed bothers me too. But there's something that's been bothering me even more.
Yeah, what's that, hero? You want to spill the
And
beans?
what might that be?
The weapon they used to kill Hifumi.
The weapon?
Yeah, because I mean, according to the Monokuma file, the way Taka and Hifumi were killed was almost the same, with them having similar fractures and all. But Justice Hammer 3 and 4 were still laying around in the nurse's office and equipment room, right?
Wow.
So if
The psychic
Hifumi
here
was
is,
killed in the
making a good point.
repository, the culprit would have had to grab one of the hammers, kill Hifumi, then put the hammer back where they found it. But wouldn't that be seriously risky for him?
I'm surprised. It seems there's some semblance of a brain knocking around that skull of yours after all.
He's throwing out the.
Hell
That could be a
yeah,
big smoking
it's
gun right
back
there.
in
He's like, man.
good and tight.
He's right, though. I don't understand it either. The Monokuma file makes it clear that they were killed using similar instruments. But if
Right.
the hammers were already laying around those other rooms...
So the question is, how could the culprit have gotten their hands on either of the hammers? Personally, I haven't a clue.
Hey, you do, because you
So
did it.
which hammer was used to attack Celeste? Number 1 or number 2?
Those were accounted for in other rooms too. And I don't think either one is big enough to kill someone.
Then,
Is it not possible they used a different weapon?
I don't think it is possible. They were both killed with the same kind of thing, right?
So then, what was used to kill Hifumi?
There's a weapon that I actually used to kill Hifumi. There is. The whole picture surrounding this case won't become clear until we figure that out. Yeah, like, I got it in my file case here, like, we pull it up. Somehow, I have to find the truth. Spotless hammer, yes. That is one it right there. So we'll just see what they have to say first.
What was used to kill Hifumi? Was it Justice Hammer 3? Maybe Justice Hammer 4?
Nope.
well, whatever it was, there's one thing we have to figure out. How was the culprit able to move around so freely with the weapon? How did nobody witness them carrying it?
Sounds like a Justice Hammer 5 is about to make its appearance! Check out murdergear.com/hammertime for more info!
Well,
Ow.
one thing seems pretty clear. The murder weapon had to be one of the Justice Hammers. And, that's about it.
I don't think so, no. Everyone was killed in a repository, right? Yes, he was.
What was used to... Was it just maybe Justice...
Well, there's one. How was the culprit? How did nobody...
Sounds like a Justice Hammer! Check out murdergear.com!
Well, what? The murder weapon had to be one of the...
Ah, actually, you're wrong.
No, it's wrong.
This is like fucking wet, spotless hammer.
The murder weapon wasn't a justice hammer at all. No, it was something completely different.
But, seriously? A different weapon?
Specifically, a hammer from the repository. The killer could have
Same
easily
object,
used that to
just
kill
a
Hifumi.
different kind of hammer.
All the
It belongs in the
hammers
same
in the
family, you know?
repository were covered in flecks of grit and debris. But for some reason, one of them had been scrubbed clean.
Huh?
And the reason it had been scrubbed clean was most likely because it was used to commit murder. If the hammer got covered in Hifumi's blood, of course they'd have to clean it off.
Yes, sir.
I'd also like to point out that the repository has all kinds of hammers. Big ones,
Big ones and small ones.
and even some flat mallet-like ones. I think whoever made the Justice Hammers used those as a basis for their design.
If that's true, that would explain the Monokuma file's note about the wounds being similar.
So Hifumi moved Taka's body to the repository, where someone then used a hammer to kill him.
Sounds about right.
Whoever did that was the true killer. The one Hifumi was working with. And the one who betrayed him. Hold on a moment. I still think it's strange to assume someone was working together with him. The way the graduation rule works, there is no benefit to helping someone else carry out a murder. So the idea that anyone would work together like that is simply ludicrous. We talked about this, did we not?
Man, you're just really throwing yourself under the bus much more. We did talk about how you wouldn't be any reason to help anyone work together. Or anyone working together. It is, that's what we thought at first, but... The spotless hammer, yeah. So that means we gotta use the flashback on something.
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is complicit in the murder, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and survive. assuming
Yes.
the rule holds true. It is simply impossible that two people
Okay,
will
we'll just hold on to
together.
that for a second.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder, right? In this case, however, there were two murders.
Can we say there's no chance two people work together on this?
Based on the rules that have been laid out for us, even if more than one person is only the one who actually carried out the act, assuming the rule holds true, it is simply
Murders.
impossible that two
I feel like two
people
murders
work
have to get shot
together.
there.
That is how the rule was explained to us.
But that only really applies if there's one murder. In this case, however, there were two murders.
Damn it.
Based on the rules, even if more than one, only the one who actually, assuming the rule holds true.
That is.
But that only really applies.
In this case, however, there were two murders.
It's a
Based on
50-50
the
chance.
rules that have been, even if more than one, only the one who actually carried out the act can graduate and assuming the rule holds true. It is simply impossible.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, huh. Let me read that.
Since there were two murders, it's at least plausible that more than one person was involved.
Nice. Well, thank you, Beck. I'm trying to figure it out
If
slowly but
there's only
surely.
been one
I'm
murder,
I'm
then
very
yes,
certain it's
the
Celeste.
idea
Like
of an
that. Like my
accomplice
brain's
isn't
just
really
like
worth
guts telling me
considering.
it's Celeste. Ain't no fucking way it's not.
Naturally, if only one person can be saved per murder, an accomplice has no risk versus reward benefit.
Risk versus reward benefit?
The payoff for working together. The reward that balances out the risk of taking part in the scheme. There's no point in being someone's accomplice.
Pointing to her,
if there's
that's
no
what I'm thinking right
benefit
now.
to you.
But we'll see what happens.
However, if there were some potential mutual reward for the risk,
That's how I'm
then
looking at this,
cooperation
because she
becomes
keeps like
possible.
dodging all these questions and doing this and that.
You're
So
saying that two people could act as each other's accomplices to commit two separate murders.
I think that's what the true killer told Hifumi. They would each have an accomplice for their crime. And based on the case's events,
the other station bad
Hifumi
me head
would
out
have been
stream
the
myself.
first one
I'll
to
be
act,
tapped in at the same time.
murdering
Okay, I'll
Taka.
be. You can go in there afterwards then,
They
because
made
I'm
him
gonna be
carry
ending
out
after
the
this
first
trial.
murder, so he
So
couldn't
you're not
back
missing.
out of
You won't be
helping
missing
them
too
later
much.
on.
I'll let you know what happens if you're curious enough
So
for
in
it.
this case, there wasn't one single person committing multiple murders. Instead, each person killed someone, creating two separate incidents. And it only looked
You having
like
fun
one
with your
person
playing with your
because
Final Fantasy
that's how the
6 guy. I
true
know you're gonna
killer
be playing that.
designed it to look.
You'll be playing more Final Fantasy 6
Single
over on
suspicious
twitch.tv
individual, a
/Brutus.
similar weapon used in each crime, disappearing bodies. By creating one seamless set of circumstances, they made it look like one person was behind it all.
The mastermind picked their target and managed to convince him to go along with their plan. And then, to avoid the no accomplices rule, they simply killed their accomplice. Which, if true, means that betraying Hifumi was part of the plan from the very beginning.
That's just awful. How could anyone be so cruel?
You think so? I can't help but admire its cunning. Still, their choice of accomplice seems odd.
The effort made to convince us the two murderers are the same was one of the main characteristics this time. Kyoko must have noticed that fact from the very beginning. Which is why she said not to look at this series of connected events, but entirely separate incidents. That is true. Kyoko really is amazing. Although, when you think about it, she's almost too amazing. Like almost unnaturally good, unnatural how good she is at this.
I understand how an accomplice could be involved. But then, who was the one pulling Hifumi's strings?
That's problem numero uno right now.
The true killer manipulated Fumi to carry out a number of actions, and at the end, murdered him. In the debates up until now, that's the way the case unfolds, and all you consider. Really, there's only one person who seems to fit. It's like someone. Well, it's not me. Not me. You're dead. You're dead. You're dead. No. Very much possibility. I trust you enough. You're locked up in a robot suit. He's feel like he wouldn't kill somebody. He's like, nah, I'm just not gonna kill anybody because I'm gonna figure all this out on my own and say I'm better than all you, and you all know it because I'm just gonna win at the end. So fuck all you. You're very contradictory. You have schizophrenic episodes. So I'm targeting you,
Here's
Celeste.
my answer. It was Celeste.
Ah, so I'm the suspicious individual now, am I? I really do hate this kind of joke.
Yakuya is the goat. He's just
joke? I wonder.
look at him. He's like,
So what you are saying then is that I specifically chose to work together with Hifumi.
That's what I'm saying. Yes.
The idea that I would choose to spend any amount of time interacting with him, that I would go within 10 feet of that shit brains, that lazy, worthless, goddamn idiot!
Wow.
Pardonnez-moi.
Just to be clear, there is evidence to support it.
She's like completely bad talking Hifumi.
It is. Throughout the
Because
investigation,
like that.
there was certain behavior that was common only to the two of you. Considering what we've learned so far, it only further proves that the two of you were working together.
What was the only? What was it? What is it that only Hifumi and Celeste had in common? The screaming, the encountering the suspicious individuals, the paper in Hifumi's pants. Would it be the screaming? Oh no, it'd be the suspicious individual.
I got it!
Yeah, because the
The
picture.
behavior they had in common has to do with the suspicious individual in the suit, doesn't it?
I agree.
The only ones who ever actually saw Robo Justice firsthand were Celeste and Hifumi.
Shush. The adults are talking now.
You mean sorry?
As he said, only Celeste and Hifumi ever laid eyes on the costumed individual. If we accept that Hifumi was one of the culprits, we can't help but suspect what Celeste has said as well.
Are you saying everything they told us was a lie?
After taking Hifumi to the nurse's office, we all began our search for this individual, correct? And not too long after that, do you remember what Celeste said?
Yeah, 'cause she was sitting on some wild goose chase.
We headed to the second floor specifically because of what she claimed to have seen. Next, to draw us all to the physics lab up on the third floor,
She let out a blood-curdling scream.
and when we'd all come to see what was wrong, what was it she said?
She saw someone in the back. Yeah, intense scream for someone like you. Yeah, for someone like you.
Once she'd done her job of getting us all up to the physics lab, it was time for her partner to get to work.
Sims do be liked and do be doing anything for their quote-unquote affection for their loved ones. Who's the partner? Well, Fumi was the accomplice for
It was to
Celeste.
get us to
That's
divine
what's
two
happening right
groups.
here.
So that we would discover both bodies at the same time?
In fact,
That is how it
Celeste
works.
was precisely the one who proposed that we split up.
Oh yeah. Why are we split into two groups? She did say
Well,
that.
if Celeste and Hifumi were working together, all those chance events suddenly become connected. And
Very
on
quiet
top
about
of
it.
That piercing cry of yours early on.
Oh, that sounded fake as fuck.
That was to signal Hifumi, wasn't it? It was your way of telling him, we're on the 3rd floor. Everything's going according to plan. Why else would you let out a scream that could have carried across the sea?
I just realized another strange thing.
Yes.
When we found Hifumi in the nurse's office, who we now know was only pretending to be dead,
I was certainly not expecting this. Then I imagine that Hifumi would be murdered.
Celeste, you were the first one to say he'd been murdered. You wanted to make sure we wouldn't have any doubt in our minds.
Oh, yeah, it's true.
I don't believe it. Everything. The whole thing was one big act.
Hina, you were with Celeste when Hifumi's body disappeared, right?
Yeah. I was feeling kind of sick, so Celeste took me to the bathroom. Wait! Then that was...
She wasn't worried about you. She just saw a chance to help Hifumi sneak out of the nurse's office.
Each piece isn't much by itself, but start putting them together and the picture gets very ugly indeed.
I agree.
Wouldn't you agree, Celeste?
Yeah, Celeste.
I have no idea what you mean.
Oh, okay.
Don't bother trying to deny it. You made one fatal mistake.
One fatal mistake.
Did I?
I didn't even catch it myself when you first said it, but looking back, I can say that that one little slip-up was your undoing.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about what you said after Hifumi's body disappeared and we returned to the nurse's office.
Let's listen. They must be really enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. We're all going to die here. We're all going to die, just like those guys died. Those guys? What do you mean those guys, huh? What do you mean by
I
that?
remember her saying that too, but I don't understand what's so strange about it.
Then pay attention. Sakura, Toko, and I were first to discover Taka's body in the equipment room. Then Makoto showed up and told us Hifumi had been killed, so Sakura and I left with Makoto. Once we were in the hall, we ran into Celeste, and the 4 of us headed to the nurse's office. Now, the entire time we were together, none of us said anything about Taka being dead. Think about it. Celeste's comment doesn't make sense. It was completely out of place.
She could lie and be like, well, I'm talking about our friends beforehand.
Although I don't really get what it means.
Damn it, you
You
hero.
hear that, Celeste? Everyone's having some trouble understanding. Could you repeat what you said? If you're really not the culprit, you shouldn't have any problem repeating it, right?
You hero. Which Makuya said that Celeste's comment didn't make sense. What was he alluding to? How the hell does she know there's somebody else has been murdered when nobody else mentioned it? Yakuya?
All I said was... They must really be enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around, frightened and confused. They must be positively elated. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died. And
Just
that
do
is
this
all I
with
said.
face.
And
Those
that's
guys.
all it takes to finish this. It's obvious, isn't it, what was so strange about Celeste's comment?
Damn it.
Shoot!
Yep, I didn't know.
All I said was...
Those guys are
They
pretty
must
much
really be
there.
enjoying this. Enjoying the sight of us standing around frightened. They must be positive. We are all going to die.
All
here.
gonna
We are
die.
going to die. Just like
Those
those
guys died.
And that is all I
And that's all it takes to... What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us standing around. They must be positive. We are all going to die here. We are going to die, just like those guys died.
Long shot in the dark. Okay, no. Fucking hell.
Shoot. All I said, they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die. Just and that is all.
And that's all it takes to... What was so strange about Celeste's comment?
So strange. Like she said that she said she should only know about what happened to Hifumi's death. With that in mind, what's so strange about what she said?
All I said was they must really enjoying the sight of us. They must be. We are going to die.
Just... No, that's wrong.
Listen, man.
That's right. There's no reason Celeste should have said, just like those guys died.
Just like those guys.
When she said that, none of us had told her Taka was dead.
That's true.
Exactly. And we didn't run into her until after we were all out in the hall. So there was never any chance for her to have seen his body in the equipment room for herself.
So
That's
how
true.
did you know, Celeste? How did you know more than one person had been killed? And how did you know they were both guys? Because Kyoko had also disappeared, right? So she could have been dead too.
You all have such vivid imaginations. You know that?
Imaginations.
You claim that I was lying when I told you about the suspicious person I saw. Then what about the picture I took? How do you explain this picture of the costumed villain dragging Hifumi away?
It has to be some kind of setup, right?
That's what
So
we're
let's
thinking.
put the suit on, and then she used the camera's timer to
Well, I don't like that, hero.
set up the picture.
Have you so quickly forgotten? You are the only one who could have possibly fit into that suit. Plus, I happen to know that this particular camera does not have a timer. In other words, it is an unassailable fact that this is a picture of Hifumi being dragged away. If everything I told you was a lie, how can this picture exist?
Because you met up at 1 a.m.
Are we sure that's really a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away?
What could you possibly mean by that?
You're posing in the picture,
Surely
pretending.
there are other explanations than the one you've offered up.
I agree.
No, there is no other explanation.
Other explanations? If it wasn't a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away, the only possibility is Hifumi and the suspect had been drinking. Hifumi is dragging the suspect away.
Shoot!
Okay, no. Fumi is dragging the suspect away. Well, Fumi's in like in the picture. Fuck it, it's dumb enough. Okay, of course it was.
It's not a picture of the suspect dragging Hifumi away. I would say it's a picture of Hifumi dragging the suspect away.
That's certainly within the realm of possibility.
I mean, I thought they drugged him. To be honest.
The one being dragged off in that picture isn't Hifumi, but the person in the robot suit. We've simply been led to believe that it's the other way around. And the strange costume might only exist to lead us astray even farther. If you saw someone wearing something like that in this situation, of course you'd notice and be suspicious.
Yes.
That's what happened! You put me to sleep and made me out to be the bad guy in all this!
Such a thing is utterly impossible.
Why is
Hifumi
that?
was dragging him away? Ridiculous.
Is it? I don't think it's ridiculous at all.
Not really, no.
Then shut your mouth and allow me to educate you.
Alright, go right ahead. I don't believe. Go ahead and try to lie. Sus thinks she can prove that there's no way Fumi was dragging the suspect away. Okay. Is that really Is that really possible? Oh, just costume, hero's message, and the blueprints.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out! Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight! You tried to make me look like the bad guy!
Yeah.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is standing perfectly upright. If the person inside the suit was unconscious, there's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Then the fortune-telling idiot is the culprit after all!
No way!
I don't know about that. I'm trying to be careful because I want to fail this thing. I remember right. Ina said, she said that she couldn't bend at the waist.
You dressed me up in that suit after I passed out. Then you just draped me across Hifumi and had him carry my weight. You tried to make me look like the bad guy.
Like I said, ridiculous. As you can see in the picture, the suspect is the person inside the suit. There's no way they could stand up straight like that.
Take a shot. Okay, cool. I was right.
No, that's wrong.
You can't bend over for anything in that thing. It's all blocky and shit.
No. Even if the person inside the suit were unconscious, they could still stand up like that.
Yes.
Because that Robo-Justice suit had a certain characteristic.
You totally can't bend at the waist. It seems pretty obvious oversight.
That's right! They totally made a mistake when they made it, so it couldn't bend at the waist.
I'm not so sure that was a mistake. I think the suit was designed from the beginning to be used the way it was.
Oh, was it now?
Celeste and Hifumi took the suit they'd specially designed and stuffed Hiro into it. That's how they were able to fake that whole thing. The point of it all was to make us believe whoever was in the suit was to blame.
Oh, she's getting
Well
frustrated.
then, I suppose this is checkmate.
Yeah, we'll go back to your poker face.
Don't make me laugh, you idiot! What do you mean, checkmate?
Oh, yeah, well, I guess her poker face is busted.
Celeste?
Clearly, you want to cram me into your little guilty box. Well, there's one little problem.
Have you already forgotten what Hifumi told us as he lay dying?
Who is it? Who attacked you? He's gonna say Hero. Who tried to kill you? Who tried to kill me? That's right, I remember your name. Yeah, Chihiro.
When we asked him who had attacked him, his answer was quite clear, was it not?
Yeah, because you set him up for that.
He said, and I quote, Yasuhiro.
In other words, Yasuhiro Hatakure!
Right, but my name isn't really Yasuhiro. It's actually Taro.
Your confusing statements don't make any sense.
The hell you mean your name's Taro?
Only making things more complicated.
He did say Yasuhiro, but are we sure he was really pointing the finger at Hiro?
What the hell are you talking about? I'll burn you alive!
Kyoko, what do
What
you
do you mean by that?
Think back to how Hifumi used to talk to us. How did he refer to each of us?
You said for serious a lot. Gave everyone nicknames. God, I'm trying to remember if it was nicknames or last names. Fuck. I want to say last names. Yeah. It's like, which one was it?
Right. Our last names. He called us all by our last names.
Exactly. I know I heard him say Mr. Naegi more than once, for example.
Naegi.
So if Fumi did mean to say Hiro's name, he would have said his last name, Hagakure.
I'm sure it was just incidental. By chance, his first name.
Yeah, you're just stuttering now because you're getting caught.
Don't talk.
Don't talk.
Random chance. Now isn't that a convenient explanation? No. There's no reason to think he would have said the name any different than normal. But he must have run out of energy before he could say any more.
So Hifumi was trying to tell us the last name of whoever killed him?
But the name he said doesn't apply to anyone here.
Because Celeste never gave us her full name.
No. Hold on. There's one person it could apply to, and that's Celeste. She never actually told us what her real name is.
What did you just say? To think you'd take your false accusation so far, I don't know whether to laugh or spit! Come on! Enough with your idiotic blather! Yasuhiro is a loser's name! Do I look like a loser to you? Well...
You're about to be in about 10 minutes.
Do I? What? I think I've earned the right to be a little on edge.
Okay, then fill us in.
What's your real name?
Make sure your ear holes are wide open and listen up! My real name is Celestia Ludenberg. Could you please stop making me repeat myself over and over again?
Let me look at your ebook. Celeste still won't give up. So then, give us your ebook. I had to do something about it to make her accept it. Give us your handbook. Give me those ebooks. The e-book. The e-handbook. Give me the booklet.
Hifumi was trying to tell us something. He wanted us to know the killer's last name, Yasuhiro.
If there's one person here who might have that last name,
It would have to be you, Celeste. You haven't told anyone what your real name is.
how many times do I have to tell you? My name is... Celestia Ludenberg! God damn it!
How long do you plan to go on pretending?
Yeah, how long?
I'm not pretending. It's the truth. And since you have no way to contradict me, that's the only truth there is! Moron!
I don't know about that. I remember there was something that shows us the owner's name. PPO mentioned at some point. We did. Always related to the case, but it might come in handy anyways.
Hifumi wanted us to know the killer's last name.
But if there's one person...
It would have to be you, Celeste.
How many times? Celestia Ludenberg!
How long do you plan to go?
I'm not pretending. And since you have no way to
Got to hell. Go to hell. Like I said, we want to see that e-handbook. We had to use it in our last trial
That's it.
very heavily.
The handbook.
What?
Anytime you turn your handbook on, it shows the owner's name when it boots up, right? Monokuma told us all about it before.
This handbook is absolutely vital to a healthy school life, so don't lose it. When you start up, it'll display your name. Always make sure you have the right one. Now, this is not your everyday notebook, so it has many more uses than that.
So all we have to do is check our handbook, and that'll clear up everything.
Yes.
That's how we can find out Celeste's real name.
No.
An invasion of privacy. I refuse to cooperate.
Monokuma?
Can you please just tell us what really happened? Please, just tell us.
Even when I'm put in check, it's just my nature not to give up.
Okay, well, you know what?
Because until the game's over, you never know what might happen.
Yeah, okay, pal.
Fine then. Let me settle it. Let me go over the case again, from the beginning, and shed light on all your crimes.
Boy, I don't like this part. It's gonna be
That'll bring
stressful.
everything to an end.
Oh, this is gonna be the most stressful part. Fucking hell, there's 10 pages here. Let's see. They're in the room, they're talking. Act 2. Chloroform. Fucking hell, you have to go here because you're in there. You stuffed him in there. What are you using? Okay, this is... Alright, well, we're just gonna go forward and just do whatever. Then the camera... You hold that up. You took a picture there. You saw the gentleman here. Justice Hammer 4. Smash. Look at this picture. You look at it. He says, look at this weird picture. Nurse's office. Rub. Justice Hammer 3 then. You wrap that up, you push it around. Push that there. And it's like, look, I did everything, and then boom. Yeah. Smash. Okay, alright, losers. So I gotta figure out what goes in the missing pieces. Start here. On the clock. Right? Or... Is there a bag of chips? Yeah, a bag of chips. So that one completely useless. We don't need that. Checking his time. That's when he checks time, 6 o'clock. He comes and swings at him. There's where the fourth one would be. You go in the... What's up in there? This is where Justice Hammer 2 would be. There's the third one. Okay, so this is coming together. I'm just gonna have to like just keep putting things there and just reworking it and then going over it just to make sure I'm right. Okay, so process of elimination. This doesn't matter because that's there. This was from the last trial. Do we have anything of Hifumi with this here? With this face? Check the panels would be important. No. Okay. How about this one? Yes, so that one's... So this one, cross that off. Done with that. This is still viable. This isn't. This isn't. And is there anything with the hand? Oh yeah, this is from the first trial, so no. We don't need that one then. That one was that. Okay, so let me go over this. So Celeste and Ifumi are here. They're looking there. It's 1 o'clock. Unless... he's here for that. Because 1 o'clock here. He's there, and then he starts getting chloroformed. He's starting to get the meat sweats because, like, hey, I'm going to do this and we'll do blah, 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 and just kill. All right, cool. The note, because he said he was supposed to go there at 1 o'clock a.m. So, all right, fine, cool. Doink. Gets chloroformed. Unless those are supposed to be swapped around. Are they supposed to be swapped around, though? It's 1 o'clock and he came in there, so we'll come back to that one. Then they start stuffing him in the super robot justice suit. And they start trying to move around. He's struggling. They take a picture. And then here you go. You look at, he's looking at his clock, you know, his little wristwatch. What time is it? He comes by with Justice Hammer 4. Immediately smacks Taka in the head, kills him, drops the hammer right by him. He's like, hey, look, this is what happened. And then Celeste is like, yeah, here's this thing. Look at how he's getting captured. And then the second Justice Hammer on his head, because it was dropped off there, it's like, oh, that's weird. Oh, cool. And then the signal happened. Nika took the blood packet from the fridge, put it on him, swarmed around, put the third hammer next to him. So that way he's like, hey, look, this was the third one, and the fourth one was bigger and you used on Taka, so that means it was afterwards to throw us off. So we found the body here. They found the body up there. And then once everyone left, he checked to see if the coast was clear, wrapped up Taka's body on the roller and the tarp, pushed it all the way in here, dropped it off there, and it's like, look, I did such a good job, look how cool it is. And then she only used this to kill him. So I'm very confident in that. It's just these two are, oh, God, it's these ones here that are throwing me off though. Like, does, like, 1 o'clock, because yeah, it's supposed to hit that. The 1 o'clock hits here. Then he pops in. He's like, there's, you know, he gets chloroformed and shit. Or is it like he show up, like, yeah, because he's in the door and he comes in doing whatever, and then he gets that. This is why I spend most of my time just. I spend a lot of time on this. Like, wait, is this all correct? Is everything all here? And then I try recreating it through a story as I'm speaking it here. I'm just like, oh, is that it? Because that would leave us with, what do we have here? The backpack. If you go over to page 3, this immediately matches up with this. It's the same thing, so that's not going to work. You could say, yeah, this poster's not anywhere here, but that's in the workout gym room, which the last trial took place in when Chihiro died, and the things got to get swapped around. So that's not going to make any use for it. The chips are literally right here in the panel, so why would they need to put chips again here? This was on the first trial with the crystal ball of... Hiro's crystal ball was shattered because somebody needed to turn the furnace on when, you know, Sayaka died. So I'm very certain that this... with all the evidence here, these 4 things being ruled out, 2 of them already being in the panel and 2 of them being from previous trials. I think this is it. They're meaning he's getting sweat. He's like getting nervous thinking about it. It hits 1 o'clock. That's when a hero comes in. He's getting confused about something. They chloroform, stuff him in here. That's when she takes the picture of Ifumi in there. And then Act 3, he's supposed to be like, all right, I'm going here to meet somebody at 6 a.m. Checking his wristwatch. Shortly after 6, that's when the murder was happened. They dropped the hammer here to make it look like he was killed last. And then at 7 o'clock, we come in and it's like, what happened? Oh, look, it's some guy in a suit attacked me, and look what happened. He took Hifumi. And then Justice Hammer 2, he put some blood on himself. He's like, ow, that hurt. It's just some Robo Justice guy I saw. Like, okay, drop the nerve office, thank you. They all split up, left him alone. He screams. Or she lets out a scream. He does this, puts the hammer down 3 there, pretends to be dead along with these 2. And then he cleans his glasses off, checks the coast clear, pushes the body around in the tarp, in the little tray, a dolly, whatever you want to call it. Dumps it back in here, does like I do a pretty good job, and then Celeste takes him out. Therefore, she killed somebody, and used his accomplice to murder the murderer, who then, you know, she tricked to do whatever. So yeah, I think this is it. I'm gonna go with my gut, and I'm gonna say that this is it.
Here's exactly what happened.
Pull it off, play it off.
Before anything, the killer persuaded someone to help carry out the murder. And that person was... Hifumi. With an accomplice, the killer was able to execute a number of otherwise impossible schemes.
Yep.
First, they convinced someone to meet them in the rec room last night at 1 in the morning.
That's exactly what happened.
That someone they met with was Hero.
Yes.
The murderous duo intended to pass Hero off as the prime suspect. So when they met up with him, they drugged him, knocked him out, and stuffed him into the Robo Justice suit.
That's exactly, yes. Yes, okay, so I did get over that hurdle that was concerning me.
Next, Hifumi positioned himself to make it look like Robo Justice was attacking him.
Uh-huh.
While the killer used a digital camera to take pictures of the assault.
Quotation marks assault.
They did all this
Allegedly.
just to create evidence that would put the suspicion on Hero. When they were done with him, they shoved him, still unconscious, into the pool room locker.
Which I guess they don't want to show that for. And here we go, he's checking his wristwatch.
And then finally, at 6 a.m., they moved into the murder phase of their plan. They called Taka to the equipment room.
Justice Hammer 4 in his hand. He swings. Slam.
And that's where Hifumi killed him, making it the scene of the first murder. The murder weapon was Justice Hammer 4, which was left there in the equipment room. The reason Hammer number 4 was used was to create confusion about the order of the crimes.
Man, what a fat piece of shit. I know I didn't like Hifumi from the start.
Next, they falsified 2 more assault incidents. For these attacks, the killers pretended to be the victims to solidify Robo Justice as the suspect.
Uh-huh.
The first fake incident was the attack in the rec room. There, the killers wanted us to see Justice Hammer 1 and the Robo Justice pictures they'd taken.
That's true.
They wanted to make sure we bought the surprise attack story.
Been unconscious
the
for an
second
hour.
fake incident was the attack in the library.
She said an hour, and that's where
This
the Hammer
time,
2 comes
they
into play.
planted Justice Hammer 2 and an injured Hifumi to sell us
And
that
quotation
story.
marks.
With
Can't forget
these
the
2
quotation
incidents,
marks around
the killers were able
injured.
to create a certain preconception in our minds that the suspect was increasing the size of the hammers and attacking people in order as they did. We fell right into their trap and started looking for the suspect based on that. But while we did that, we left Hifumi alone in the nurse's office. This was exactly what Hifumi was hoping for. He took a blood packet from the refrigerator and Justice Hammer 3 and turned the room into a crime scene in which he himself had apparently been brutally murdered.
Brutally murdered.
let out a scream to draw us back. And when we returned, that's what we found. Meanwhile, the other group that had been out searching found Taka's body at the same time.
Uh-huh.
So when we heard the body discovery announcement, we naturally assumed it was for Hifumi.
Naturally. Yes, the trials
We
are
left
so
the
long.
nurse's office, and Hifumi once
A lot to
again
unpack
took
here.
advantage of the situation.
Should have seen the comic trial. You should have seen the comic when I was in trial 2.
When we
I
learned
took
his
I
body
took almost 20 minutes. I took almost the full time limit on that because I was like freaking out. Like, wait, which one goes where?
And once again, Hifumi had the chance he was waiting for. This time, he snuck into the equipment room. He wrapped Taka's body in a tarp and used the dolly to move it all the way down to the repository. That explains how each of the bodies disappeared. But even Hifumi didn't know what the true killer had in mind for their final act. Their plan all along was to kill Hifumi and get rid of the one person who could betray them. And they did it using an ordinary, everyday hammer from the repository. That should cover everything that happened in this case. And the villain behind it all is...
Celeste.
Celeste! Sorry, you lose.
But she never loses. She always wins her games.
Lost? I lost? When was the last time I was forced to utter such words? They hang heavy around my neck.
Then you admit it? You're the killer?
Listen to you, trying to take charge, as if you're my private instructor. I, Celestia Ludenberg. Actually, no, Taiko Yasuhiro is fine.
Taiko?
Taiko.
So, you finally accepted.
So she put on a faked accent,
I'm the
fake
kind of
name, and
person,
everything.
Once I've lost, I don't like things to drag on.
So she put on an entire fake solo from fake Prasad. Hey, 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 hey. Nice. Hey. 100 medals.
Okay, Monokuma. I'm ready to begin. Or, no. I suppose this is the end, isn't it?
It is indeed the moment we've all been waiting for.
Time to
to
vote.
Okay? Okay. If
Yeah,
you
she put on a
would,
faked accent and
please
everything,
locate your
Jesus.
lever and cast your vote. And when the votes are tallied, who will become the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Well, we already know it's gonna be Celeste, so let's just vote her out and see what kind of horrible, horrible thing he has in store for us. It's basically a formality at this point, but once again, you are totally correct. The black in this time, the true killer who deceived the whole stinking scheme was Celestia Lendenberg, or more precisely, Taiko Yasuhiro.
Honestly.
I lost. Well, that sucks. I guess trying to work with someone else was a mistake after all. Ifumi's omnipotence was all beyond my calculations.
I knew it.
So, you really did approach Ifumi with this plan? But how did you get him to agree? Can't imagine you'd happily agree to commit murder. I'm not sure she relied on her specifically lying. My specialty? Don't make me laugh. I didn't have to lie to get him to agree.
So then,
Then how did you know? I know you'd figure it out, Kyoko. You're absolutely right. Get Ifumi to act as my accomplice. I used her. For everyone who's still left, I'll avoid mentioning it by name, but it was the one thing Ifumi and Taka were both super into. Does she mean... Is she talking about alter ego?
Say what?
What? What are you talking about?
Just a second.
Don't interrupt. We're in the middle of a very important conversation here. I'm totally out of the loop as usual. How sad. Fucking, I will literally find every stuffing. I will find every goddamn marketable plush of this and throw it in a vat of acid. And then pour the vat of acid into a burning volcano so he can never reproduce ever again.
In other words,
Then you're the one that stole it?
Indeed.
That's right.
I see.
And you used to drag Hifumi into the plan you'd come up with. Right again. Last night, after we had our meeting about how it disappeared, I paid Hifumi a little visit. What do you do there?
Actually,
I was hoping I could talk to you, alone. It was about the what was stolen. I know who did it.
What?
are you okay with
It was
this?
Taka. He stole it.
So then,
I have proof. Would you like to see it? As it turned out, I found a use for the digital camera. I'd taken the you-know-what to Taka's room earlier and took pictures of it there. I deleted the picture as soon as I'd shown it to Hifumi, of course.
Damnation!
So it was him. Well, how you do it? She was supposed to have either one of us got close to her.
You're correct, which is why Taka forced me to steal it.
Say what?
as for me,
Please forgive me. He threatened me.
Oh.
He did?
as for me,
He came into my room last night unannounced, and then it's hard for me to even say. He abused me.
What?
He took pictures of me, and he said if I did not do what he asked, he'd show it to everyone. So I had no choice.
That's crime. That's still crime. I mean, he'd be going a little crazy, but I never imagined he'd go that far.
It was amazing how completely he bought it. I cannot express how enjoyable that was.
I'm about to say something I've never said before in my life. I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna fucking kill him.
most
Wait,
unfortunate.
please, if you go now, you'll be playing right into his hand.
Oh,
Actually,
Taka's planning to use her to escape, and he has made you his target.
escape? You don't mean.
Taka's going to try to kill you,
indeed.
and also he can keep hope to himself.
The bastard.
Honestly,
Can we allow him to continue with such these barbaric acts?
Absolutely not. How could I? I have to save her.
Save her!
Shut up.
actually,
Then, would you like to help me? Would you like to join me? It so happens I have to come up with a plan.
Ooh.
I have devised a way to reclaim what he has stolen and escape this dreadful school. And with that, it is complete.
What are you doing about?
Well, nothing. Ifumi agreed without a second thought. The effect of that item had on him was remarkable. The power of love, even love as twisted as that, can still hopefully drive people mad, it would seem.
You disgust me.
See.
I have another question for you.
What was that strange costume of Fumi's creation?
indeed.
Yeah, to do a pain in the butt too. All I asked him to do was make something to hide his face and general body size. I had noted he'd make something like a dat, but it's my fault for picking him in the first place.
But
So, why did you decide to make him the suspect?
Because you're stupid.
That's it?
Let's see.
And in regard, I made the right choice too. I'm so glad your stupidity surpassed me in every expectation. Life must be so tough on your parents though.
I feel like I could cry.
But when you were explaining your plan to Fumi, how would you explain the part about him playing dead? What she's asking is, what is Fumi supposed to do after that, assuming you had actually let him live?
Are you okay with this?
That is simple. After he did his part and pretend to be dead once someone showed up, I told him that he'd be seriously wounded if he was on the verge of death, so he just had to barely held on. And he really believed that? Well, of course. That wasn't it at all. Or that wasn't all there was to it. Fucking hell. So I explained to Fumi the plan was, while you were all questioning him about what had happened, I was going to murder someone else. At that point, Fumi would have an alibi, so nobody could doubt him. I told him that, and he believed it. It all seems very straightforward, stereotypical. I just matched that lie to the level of the opponent. In fact, Fumi ate it up. He believed the lie wholeheartedly right up to the moment of his death.
So in the end,
So you had a plan to kill him all along? Oh, but of course. There I would have been no point in my plan if the one who pretended to be dead did not end up dead himself. How can a human life mean so little to you?
Well,
That's a non-issue. I simply did everything in my power to win.
Don't be mean.
Now you sound like Byakuya.
I wonder about
No,
that.
he derives his pleasure from the thrill of the hunt. In that aspect, we are nothing alike.
Why?
Then, what made you take these things so far? Was it really just for money? Are you talking about the $10 million Monokuma offered us? That is a lot of money, it's true. But that's not all there is to it. For the moment our new life has begun here, my only thought has been escape.
But all along you've been saying how you have accepted living here.
You little bitch.
Obviously that was a lie.
Hey!
I could not take it here. I hated it from day one. It was more than anyone else in here. I wanted to get out. Every day was fresh torture. And you want to know why, huh?
This is fine.
Because I had a dream, and accepting a life here would have meant nothing less than giving up on my dream forever.
Honestly.
And then there was no way that I could ever do that. In the underground world of gambling, I risked my life and taken a metaphorical killing.
As for me,
And as well the dream, what was that dream of yours?
isn't it wonderful?
Live in the European castle. Castle? Jesus Christ. And to gather handsome men from all over the world to serve as my butlers / bodyguards. I was gonna make them all dress up like vampires and satisfy my every needs. Once I attained that, I would have created a perfectly aesthetic world of
This is fine.
decadence. Living the rest of my life was my only dream, my only goal. That is what life is all about. Combined with my own winnings, Monokuma's $10 million, I would have made my dream a reality. I got right onto the edge,
There
but
is nothing to be done.
unfortunately my dream has been scattered to the wind. Still, I don't have any regrets. I pursued my dream until the very end, so why wouldn't I?
Just the worst.
You sound so passionate, but you were really able to kill your old friends for it?
Oh,
Are you asking me to feel guilty? That's a pointless endeavor. I think nothing of sacrificing others for my own end goals. I feel
do
nothing.
you understand?
That's all it is to me. That's all makes me complete. Isn't it terrifying just how different our values are from simple? There's so simply no room for understanding.
What is
Oh,
this?
Bitch. But that's why we should be playing along. Plus, how can you be so calm? Do you not realize you're about to die? Why aren't you scared? My ability to lie is unraveled, and I take pride in that. It's not just other people. I can even fool my own emotions. The conscious deceives the unconscious. And that's why you're not scared?
Yes, indeed.
That's right. I don't fear death. Kill me however you'd like. But you know, if I could be reincarnated, if I had a choice, then
Isn't it wonderful?
I think I'd like to come back as a Marie Antoinette.
Hey.
You just getting executed again.
Celeste smiled. Then, when she did, it looked to me in a poor effort to force it out. She claimed that she could fool her own feelings, but that statement itself must have been her final lie. And that weak, fake smile is what betrayed her.
Chills!
You all done? Okay, then let's get rolling. The black and disturb the peace, and they must pay the price.
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment.
For her, the ultimate gambler.
Give it everything we've got. It's punishment time!
I guess I'll let Kyoko hold on to this.
Wow.
What?
This is...
Will it really give you the hope you're looking for? I can't say I ever saw it that way. Which is why... Actually, it's not important. Well then, take care, everyone.
Wow.
Perhaps we'll meet again. In another life.
And then time for punishment. So fucked up this is. Game over. Celeste has been found guilty. Time for the punishment. Burning of the Versailles Witch. God, being burned alive, this is probably like the worst fucking feeling. Out of this so far, like getting burned alive, oh, that shit would hurt. Find the witch at the stake. Okay then. It's over. The third execution is over. Celeste's death is over. Not as graphic as I thought it was going to be. Celeste killed my friend, so I can't pity her, but I also can't deny that at one point I considered her a friend too. And for him just to come along and... Isn't it just awful? Someone couldn't cut free from their regrets in the outside world, and so more people had to die. You guys are still young. You need to place more value on your lives.
What are you gonna do?
Jeez, I thought you guys were gonna pass the torch of hope in the next generation.
Why do I care about hope? I'll throw it in the trash if you just let me out of here.
Bad.
You're all in the body made of hope, whether you like it or not. And it's my destiny to knock you down one by one. It's sad, yes, but in reality, I just can't be avoided. Don't talk like you're not responsible. How long are you gonna make us keep going through this? What do you want from us? God, I'm so sick of people asking me that. Give it a rest already. Anyway, Kyoko, did you get some kind of key type object from Celeste? So, what's the deal with that? What's the matter?
So then,
I'll answer your question if you answer mine.
you...
What did you do? What did you do to me?
Ooh.
What?
Hey,
Answer me. What did you do to my body? What? Oh, jeez, man. Oh, jeez. What do you mean? What did I do? I have no idea. I don't know anything about it. What was that just now? The mastermind did something to Kyoko's body. What does that mean? Okay, then things are getting awkward. I think it's time for us to. I gotta get out of here. Meanwhile, you guys can go on enjoying your school life. If you get lonely, give me a shout, and I'll do anything about it, of course.
See ya later.
Okay, you have issues. Monokuma disappeared, leaving us all depressed and in despair. Although it wasn't all despair. There was one small hope. Hey, Kyoko, Monokuma mentioned it, but what was that key Celeste gave you?
so...
Most likely is a key to one of the dressing locker rooms.
Huh?
What? Then that means Celeste probably hid it in there.
Hey,
I suppose sometimes it's the easiest to miss what's right beneath your nose. Well then, we gotta go check.
Indeed.
Good idea. We left the courtroom and rushed toward the dressing room. As we approached the dressing room, Kyoko looked back at us and said,
Hey,
I'm going alone from here. Everyone else head to the dining hall and check in with you later.
What?
Why exactly are you going in alone?
so...
Do you even have to ask? As she spoke, she glanced quickly at the surveillance camera.
Come on.
That's not what I meant. Why you? There's still a risk of a spy, you know. Then I'll go too.
What?
You? Please, let me go. Sitting here arguing with you is just going to draw more attention to us.
Goodbye.
Do whatever you want. Thank you, Yakuya.
well then.
And it's time for you. Then it's up to you now.
Yo,
Yeah, I'm gonna go to dining hall, okay?
So Makoto and Kyoko are going to go together? Does that mean what I think it means?
Okay.
Good luck, Makoto. Girls like her are total pushovers when you show a low backbone. Try to forget what Hina said. Everyone headed to the dining hall, leaving me and Kyoko there alone.
Shall we go?
Well, shall we? Yeah.
So then,
We need to get in that locker. Kyoko took the key Celeste had given her and unlocked the locker. The locker room was so open we saw.
You really came.
Good morning. It's been a while, hasn't it? It's safe. Thank goodness. Never heard Kyoko sound so relieved. It was like she was speaking to the bottom of her heart. I did just what Celeste asked. I didn't say a word. I stayed quiet the entire time. Oh, and I think I might be able to open the last set of files, so maybe as early as tomorrow? I'm doing my best, so please just wait a little while longer. So, you can officially say the case is closed? As far as the incident is concerned, sure, but Can we take a second? Can we take a second? Since we have this opportunity, I want you to be honest with me. Kyoko, please tell me, what are you doing? What are you trying to do all? What are you trying? What are you trying to do all on your own here at the school? Is that why you wanted to come in here with me?
However,
Regardless, that's nothing you need to know right now. I don't need to know. That just makes me even more worried. Worried? Like what happened during the investigation this time? You disappeared and we didn't see you again. Without warning, without explanation. When you did that, it's only natural that you think that I'm a mastermind spy too. And you too. No, I believe in you.
What?
You believe in me? Isn't it obvious? People believe in their friends, right? That's why I want you to tell me. I want you to believe in me too. Because we're friends. I understand.
it's true.
Then maybe I can believe in you. Just a little bit more. Then,
That's fine.
fine. I'll tell you. I'll tell you where I've been disappearing to and where I've been going. You see? What I heard from Kyoko then was, or frankly, it kind of blew my mind. Right after I told Kyoko I believe in her, she told me a story that was, well, almost unbelievable. I decided I had to confirm what she I had to confirm what she told me with her own two eyes, and I waited for the nightmare to come. And then when it did, I went into action.
Correct.
The boys' bathroom on the second floor doesn't have a surveillance camera or monitor in it. In the storage closet there, way in the back. I'm gonna have to be right back real quick. Yeah, sorry about that. I just had to do something real quick. Had something around the house. She said it was way back in the boys' bathroom in the storage closet, but could Kyoko really be right about this? Man, we're out after dark. We're out after dark. It's just a normal storage closet, as far as I could tell. The secret Kyoko had told me about could really be hidden in here? That weird outline. She said it was way back in the storage room closet. But I mean, seriously? I'll think I placed my hand on the back of the storage closet, and suddenly as if I was being yanked in. Secret passageway. Shunk. At the same time I heard the sound, I fell through the wall. I had no idea what's going on. Nope. I've fallen through the back storage closet. Huh? It turned out the back wall was a revolving door that had made my way on the other side. As like Kyoko had said.
Correct.
In the boys' bathroom, second floor, there's a storage closet. In the way back of the closet, there's a secret room. So this is the secret room. But what's in here? Oh god. There's a bunch of files that looks like volume after volume of yearbooks, all covered in dust. Looking at everything, one file on the edge of the bookshelf caught my eye. Post Academy Student Registry? The other thing is not covered in dust. Someone been looking at it recently? I slipped the file into my hand before I could have a chance to take a look at it. Instead of paper over the file, I turned attention to it. What's this? You must not leave. That's kind of weird. I can understand, like, I can't leave, but you must not leave? What is this? My head feels funny. The strange sensation. It's like deja vu. Those words, you must not leave. I've seen them somewhere before, but I can't quite remember. What do I do now? What don't I know? Jesus Christ. Strange sound rang through my head. I felt like I was shaking my brain back and forth. And then, darkness. I don't understand what's happening. I don't know what started it. It's all over. And then when I opened my eyes, I don't know how long it'd been. Ow. Apparently something hit me, and I lost conscious. That's all I understood. The dull, throbbing pain in my head proved that much at least. An empty bookshelf. Huh, empty? Gone. It's all gone. The yearbooks, the student registry, and even the note that had fallen on the floor. It's all gone? What does this mean? My brain refused to do any more work. The insistent pain in my head began to spread across the entire body. For now, I should go back to my room, get some rest. My body was heavy with pain, my mind heavy with thought. I dragged myself back to my room. Somehow I made it back to the first floor of the school. Ugh. The further I walked, the more I felt. Things are getting blurry. I can't see in front of me. I couldn't stop myself from collapsing on the floor right there. And after that, huh? As if in the vast distance, I heard a sound. It was faint, but undeniable. That sound. It's coming from the gym? As I desperately hauled my shaky frame into the gym, or toward the gym, the sound got stronger and stronger. What's going on? It can't be nothing. Here, in the gym? Jesus Christ, there's more to this chapter. I was gonna finish this chapter and all that was the end of it, but no. I didn't make a sound as I opened the door to the gym. Sound coming from inside, meanwhile, only intensified that much more. Before me, the rage devoured beyond anything humanly possible. No, one side no one side is not human, that's for sure. But regardless, I couldn't stop staring. I believe forgot to move or even breathe.
Why, you? What do you think you're doing? I asked you a question. What's the meaning of this? How dare you defy me? This wasn't part of the deal!
The deal?
I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat. No longer compromise. No longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you.
Okay. But you do realize what will happen if you go through with this, right? You haven't forgotten, have you? What I'm holding hostage?
What am I looking at? What am I hearing? A hostage? And could it be? Mastermind spy is... Chapter 3. The Next Generation Legend. Stand tall, galactic hero. The end. Surviving students. 7. To be continued. Super Robo Justice present. Goal. Well, that's chapter 3 done. Oh god, that was horrible. Oh, that was a roller coaster and a half. I'll save that off. Yo, give me how about no, we're going back to the main menu after that. That's gonna wrap up Danganronpa today. On chapter 4, that's where we're gonna be heading off next time. Because good God Almighty, so hey, you know, I'd like to thank everybody who stopped by, tuned in, and watched. You know, thank you to everybody who stopped by. Yeah, thank you to Bumpy Painter 35, Rodus, and Anti-Beck here for stopping by and chatting, just saying hello. It was very nice, very good. And thank you to everybody who might have been stopped by, lurked a little bit. Yeah. Apologies if there's anybody new watching and had that weird and saw the followers and followers only thing, but you know, when you play visual novels like this and you've had people spoil things for you, it's just the things you have to do. So yeah, it is what it is. I do what I had to do, right? So here, in case you want to follow me or anything, here's Twitter. It's called X. It's stupid. It's where I usually go tweet, where I usually go live and whatnot. You can watch YouTube for any VODs. And if I have like any dropped airnets, the VOD will be on YouTube as one complete thing. So I do local recordings and whatnot. You can watch stuff there and subscribe there. Don't forget to follow me here on Twitch, being part of live discussion feeds and whatnot. And with that, I will catch you next time for some more Danganronpa, which will be today's Friday, not on Sunday. Try to do a little bit of that. So hope you have a good morning, good night, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time you may be watching this at, whether it be on Twitch or YouTube here. And I'll see you next time. So until then, y'all take care, you enjoy, you have a good just take care, enjoy, and we'll see you next time when we start chapter 4. Let's see what lies in front of us. So until then, yeah, peace out and goodbye.